What do Cantina spell?
Cantina. Do it mean what I think it do?
It do.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cantina Social Hour Thursday night, first show of October, this Thursday, October the 9th, 2025. Welcome to the show. It is great to be here. It is great to see you. Thank you for spending your Thursday evening with us here in the Cantina. Thank you to our moderator, Adam, for for taking out that spy that was trying to get his way into the Cantina. I'm glad that you were able to take care of that, Adam. And Dodgson, thank you for getting pump number 2 back online. Hopefully it holds. Welcome, you guys. It's great to be here. It is great to see you. We've been off the air for the past couple of weeks since I have been away and traveling. And here we are. We're back in the saddle, and we're hoping that things hold. So thank you again for being here. And there is a lot to catch up on. There is a lot to talk about. So we are going to do that accordingly. In terms of what we're going to discuss tonight, well, if you see the banner, there's a lot on our plates here. There's some brand new Batman 89 stuff to discuss. We have some new Mattel Jurassic World that just went up for pre-order within the last several days. Some new Hot Toys reveals that we're going to cover. What's going on with all these deals at Ross? We'll take a look at it. We'll talk about all the Star Wars reveals that were revealed today by Hasbro at New York Comic Con. All of the reveals that they announced today. It's going to be glorious. And then we're going to talk about the new HasLab for Tron. And then, of course, we're going to talk about Last Figure Standing 2025, currently underway. And I hope that you all submitted your lists before last Friday midnight. And then, of course, we're going to cap things off with new acquisitions, brand new things that we've added to our collection since we were last on air, which it's a lot of stuff. Anyway, let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's see who is here in the chat before we bring on our esteemed guest of the evening. Let's see. Dodgson says, apparently there are some new TVC reveals for Attack of the Clones. Thank you, Dodgson, for being here, tending the soda fountain. Good to see you. Adam, thank you again for moderating and for taking care of us this evening. We got Pico B1 in the house. Hello, my fellow Cantinians, and good evening. So excited to be back. Missed you all, scoundrels and move milkers. Indeed, missed you as well, Chad. Good to have you in here. Let's see, whom else is with us? Steven, good to see you, Steven. Been a while. Thank you for being here. Allison is with us. Can't stick around, just popped in to say hi. I hope you're still here, Allison. I know this is from a few minutes ago, but thank you for popping in. Maybe you'll catch us on the replay. John Miko TVC. Hello there, John Miko. Thank you for being with us in the chat as well. Let's see who else is here. July through November. Jason, how are you doing? Hi, all. We've got, who else do we got? Brent is with us. Hasbro just gave us another Bib Fortuna. We'll talk about those too. Some reissues recently came out. Dave, hello, Dave. How's it going? Good to see you. Looks like you're not late. Don't worry. This Cantina usually doesn't open on time, so we're running on Cantina time. That's what's going on. All right. I do want to read your comment here. Tim at Bosk's Bounty has to be doing cheetah flips over the Garandan reveal. Garandan retro collection, yeah. Who else? Charlie the Unicorn. Charlie, I haven't seen you in a bit. Thank you for being here. Man, the signal boosters. Big show about to start. Signal boosters. I like your optimism, sir. Paul is with us. What's up, Paul? Good to see you. As always. Bob is with us. What's up, Bob? Good to see you. All right, cool. The horses are off to the races. Let's go ahead and get things started. We are going to go ahead and bring in tonight's guest. Let's see. Where is he at? Where is he at? Where the fun begins. All right, returning to Cantina Social for the umpteenth time, the one and only esteemed, legendary John Miko. John, how's it going, sir?
Hello, Your Grace. Thank you for having me. How are you?
Thank you for being here. It is great to have you. It's great to see you, and it is great to chat Star Wars and collect.
Oh no! Is she still with us? Oh no, Victoria has frozen on me.
Dodgson, pump number 2. It's offline again.
He's back. Hey, Victoria. You were recently in New England, and um, haven't really gotten to talk to you too much about your travels. I am in New England. Obviously, I was a couple hours from a few of the destinations you went to, so um, I'd love to hear about your trip really quick, if you don't mind, and talking about my neck of the
Absolutely.
woods.
Absolutely. So firstly, yes, I had the privilege of visiting New England over the last couple of weeks. I was there for about 10 days. We began in Massachusetts, your home state, and
Right.
we started off in Boston. We went up to Salem. We went down to Plymouth, and then we made
Yeah.
our way to Rhode Island, where we went to Newport and checked out some of those amazing mansions, like the Breakers Mansion and the Marble House.
So
And then
beautiful.
I know it's insane. It is so insane. And then we went over to Connecticut, where my husband's mother grew up, and she got to reconnect with some of her childhood friends, which was really cool to see.
Nice.
And
I'm not far from Connecticut. I was born in Connecticut.
mm,
That's
very nice,
awesome. And
very nice.
Peter Benchley, right?
Yeah,
Wrote Jaws in Connecticut.
yeah,
So,
for sure.
yeah.
And we were primarily in the Mystic, Groton, New London area. And
Yeah.
yeah, so it was, I'd never been to New England. So it was very lovely to visit there. And
You you hit beautiful weather.
I did. When we got there, it was rainy. Our first couple of days were rainy, but
Yep.
it went away. It got clear, and then it started to feel like fall. Like it felt nice and crisp. You could see the leaves starting to turn colors. Um,
Yeah.
that was new for me. Like I'm not like I've never really been around like that many trees.
Mhm.
It's kind of weird. I never really think about it. Like growing up in Texas, like not a lot of trees. There's a few, and then living in SoCal, there's not too many trees. And the ones that we are blessed to have, a lot of folks end up chopping them down for goodness knows why. Um, but so yeah, it
Yeah.
was really cool to just like hear the wind and the branches rustling and all that. That was so nice and such a nice change of pace and scenery. Had a really good time. I loved it. I did a lot of spooky things, ghost tours.
Oh,
Went to the Lizzie Borden house. Um, we went to the oldest maintained cemetery that was in Boston from like the early
right.
1600s. Got to enjoy some great food and some drinks, of course. Espresso martinis are apparently a pretty big deal out there, it seems like.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
For
So I may,
sure.
I may have
Yeah.
had one or two or
I've gotten in trouble on those. So it's a story for another time. But nice. You did a lot of things that like I told you I'm a terrible New Englander and I need to do more of these things. So you've inspired me to go do more of those spooky things. And there's some really cool areas of Boston you can drive through and see all the old beautiful manors. And you might have driven through some of that in your travels. But anyways, there's so many beautiful historic things to do there. So it's so cool that you did a lot of that stuff. And yeah, you love a lot. It's almost that time of year. I know it wasn't October, but it was close to it and the fall. So that must have added a little bit to the spooky vibe for you.
yeah, yeah, definitely. It was great. And in Connecticut, the house we stayed in Mystic for like 5 nights, it was
Right.
built in 1770. And I was gonna save it for my Halloween special in a few weeks, but I saw something, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
I saw something.
I I
Um,
recall you mentioning you saw something. So I look forward to hearing this story. And I remember you saying that you liked to stay at the Hotel Del Coronado, or I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong.
Oh yeah, yeah.
In the spookiest room there, the most haunted room there, and that's the thing you do. I am a big wuss when it comes to that stuff. I used to love scary movies as a child, and I do not like them as much anymore. I do like all the 80s and like early 90s horror flicks, but yeah, I'm a big chicken. And I will say my daughter, my youngest, who's the cool little Star Wars fan, she loves scary movies and scary things. And like I told you, I brought her when she was really young to go see Jaws in 3D at IMAX, and the beginning was rough. Uh, but anyways, we watched Chuck or Child's Play the other
Mm.
night, and we got to figure out one to watch this weekend. It's not too crazy. She's only 12, but anyways, good stuff. Happy to hear you had good times in New England.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you. No, it was wonderful, and I just found out today they're making a new Lizzie Borden movie or something. So, like a Netflix movie. So that'll be interesting to see. That was a neat place. It was very creepy, but it was really neat.
And what was
Um,
she again? Was she a witch? What was she?
no, she was just
Supposedly.
a wealthy woman that allegedly murdered her parents in that house.
Oh, right.
Her father and her stepmother. Um, and yeah, there's a lot of strong evidence that she probably did it. But yeah, it's just crazy. You can go in there and sit there on the same couch and stay in the same room because it's a bed and breakfast now and a museum. In the same room where the murders and stuff occurred. Just it's interesting, but yeah, I mean, I'm the opposite of you. Like growing up, I didn't really like scary things. I was kind of like, I'd kind of shy away from that kind of stuff. But I think as I've gotten older, I've gotten more into it. I don't know why, but
I yeah, I think it's the ones that are like more realistic. Oh, what was that one with there was a couple of them where like you would get trapped in a room with something on your leg and you'd have to cut off your leg to survive. What was that movie? Oh
oh,
my
was that like
gosh.
Saw?
Saw. Yes.
Mm.
Those types of movies are so frightening to me because I feel like yeah, they can happen. And I just too much anxiety, too much stress. I'm a big chicken. So those types, but yeah, all of the people in the comments there, like all the Freddys, the Jasons, the what was this? Chainsaw Massacres, all of those
Yeah,
we watched way too young in the 80s. Uh, so uh, anyway, those I can deal with, but definitely not when we were younger.
yeah. Some of that stuff is pretty gory. A couple other folks joining in.
Yeah.
Trying Commander, Friday the 13th or Elm Street are always a solid choice. Rick, how's it going? He says, spooky haunted horror is like my second language.
Yeah.
Shannon, hello, says, I love horror films. A lot of my work is in the genre of horror. Very nice.
I feel
Um,
like there's a lot of folks that have that commonality in collecting, you know.
yeah. I don't know. I guess I'm just drawn to the darkness. I don't know. It's calling to me. I don't know.
We watch Ghostbusters a lot. That's I don't know, not probably a scary movie, but my daughter loves it. We watch that a lot, especially at this time of year.
Yeah. Right on. It's the right time to do it. It's my favorite time of year. I love October. I love Halloween, spooky season, and yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for it. Give it to me. All right. Well, there is a good bit to discuss, so why don't we go ahead and get right into it? So out of nowhere, out of left field, there's been a lot of Batman 89 lately, and it's funny to me because we went from like the early 90s, like 1990 when Kenner did the Dark Knight collection for the original Batman movie, all the way until like the last like few years without any significant level of Batman 89 merchandise. And now all of a sudden it's kind of coming out like little by little. NECA did a figure probably close to a decade ago, but it was just like a one-off figure. And then We saw Mesco is doing like their 5 points thing, which they have the Batmobile. They have some retro inspired figures that look like the Toy Biz figures from 1989. And then now we're seeing Hot Toys has been doing stuff, 6 scale stuff's happening. But now we're seeing another example here with Spin Master, who's been doing like the kid oriented segment of the DC license for the past several years. And what they got is pretty interesting. It's totally out of left field. I did not expect these at all, but they are working on these
Yeah.
very, very retro Kenner-esque looking Batman figures. And
Yeah.
yeah, so we got the Batman, we got the Joker, we got Vicky Vale. First time there's ever been a figure of Vicky Vale.
I was gonna say I don't recall a Vicky Vale figure.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
Bob the
Bob the
Goon.
Goon. Yeah. These are interesting. These are very, very, very interesting. Obviously, we have it's a Kenner inspired sort of format with the figure, the big logo on top, and then a picture of the character. These are beyond goofy because of the images they decided to
Yeah, the
use.
film outs are super goofy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all I can personally chalk it up to is likeness rights. I know that
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson is like a hard stop zero. Um,
Wow.
Maybe it's the kind of thing where they thought, well, hey, we can't do one cartoony looking one and the rest realistic, or maybe they just didn't want to pursue any of them. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's certainly an interesting look. I don't know what the alternative could have been. Maybe a smaller image of the figure like come to life or something. But
Yeah.
it is an interesting look, and these are very simplistic retro figures. I mean, you can see that just by looking at the figure. The proportions are a little wonky. It's basically just going to be like a 5 POA figure from the looks of it. It's not going to really do much. It's just going to stand there. The cape is plastic. It's not even soft goods. He's got his grapnel gun.
Yep. Yep.
That is Nike, his Air Jordans on. It looks like.
That's right.
There's Joe.
Oh my God. Looks like a porcelain. Geez.
Yeah, that's okay. Talk about spooky. Like, okay. Yeah, so there's Joker. Yeah. I mean,
That looks fun.
it is very interesting. I mean,
There's
I don't
Kim
know.
Basinger.
I know. I wonder what she thinks of this release. I mean, there's never been a figure of this character, so I am very delighted to see that now there's going to be. But at the same time, I mean, this is the best we could get.
And this company, remind me, Action Toy Now. This is I mean, this feels very similar to what's the other company that does these types of, yeah, I can never think of these things when I'm on live streams. What's the company that does all the other 5 POA or
Mesco.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I'm thinking of Super Set or whatever their name is, or
Yeah,
whoever does
Super 7. Yeah, they do the reaction figures.
I'm thinking of reaction stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, they do the reaction. These are by Spin Master. Spin Master has the kids license for DC, but they don't really do things like this. So it's very curious. Like they do 4-inch figures, yes, but they're a little more articulated than this, and they are a little cartoony. But
Yep.
they've never done something that like straight up looks like it came from the 80s, like these figures do. So it's a very interesting like area for them to kind of wander into. But I mean, I've always said it, like the Tim Burton Batman, like those are my favorite Batman films, and the fact that we went so long without getting any merchandise from those films, and now we is something that I'm drawn to. So as goofy and silly and wacky as these are, I'm going to have to pick them up.
Man, I'm sorry. Yeah, so Action Toy Now is the person who posted these. My bad.
Yes.
Where are they coming to? Like, will they be at Target? Will they be at?
Yeah, I'd assume so. I don't think they've
Yep.
said yet, but I'd assume probably like Target. That's usually where I see their stuff. I think Walmart too might carry them, but mostly it's Target that I see them at. So I would assume that it's going to be a Target thing.
I
Um,
feel like just because Bob has the name Goon in him, I need to put him in like my palace or my sail barge. Man,
I know, right?
Bob the Goon. He always kind of creeped me out.
Yeah, he's an interesting character for sure. Um, what is also interesting, I mentioned like it's not just Spin Master that's doing these because Mesco has their own proper 5 points line. And these have been up for pre-order for well over a year. I know I pre-ordered them a really long time ago. But these are
Oh,
expensive. These are more like they're 5 POA, yes, but and their packaging comes from the Toy Biz line from 1989.
yeah. Yep.
But these figures they're a little more proportionate, a little more realistic.
Bob's
Um,
there too. Look at that.
Bob's there too, but these are still 89. So these look bad.
Yeah, that I was 9 years old for that line, so that's very nostalgic for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I still have my first. I don't know why my dad bought me a Batman figure because I know he like usually we would
Awesome.
get like at that time like Polly Pocket and stuff, but um, yeah, like he ran one day randomly we went to a place called Video Stop in my hometown and he bought me a Batman figure, like the Toy Biz Batman, and I don't know why he did that. I asked him a couple years ago. I took that figure back to Texas with me and I did a little video and I've never edited it. I need to do that. Um, and I asked him in the video, like, why did you buy me a Batman figure? And he's like, he said something like, well, I think maybe you thought you liked it, and I thought you should have it or something. But
That's awesome.
yeah, I still have it to this day, and I've remarked it before, but I would always lose the cape on it. And my
Ah,
grandmother, she always worked with fabric and sewing, so she would cut them out and she'd give me replacement capes for it.
nice,
And I'm
nice.
pretty sure that's what's on that figure right now is the replacement cape she made.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, and you had to hope your little the belt ring didn't break or stop working and all that.
Right? Totally. Let's switch gears to Jurassic World. Something I haven't covered in a little bit because releases have been kind of intermittent. But yeah, there's a couple of new things to discuss here for Jurassic World. So this is the Hammond collection. This is Mattel's version of TVC for Jurassic, and it's not TVC. It's definitely a far cry from TVC. But it is a cut above the main line that they offer through all the retailers. Um, and my pal Jason, also known as Work More or Less on Instagram, he put together the video for Behind the Gates, which is the series
Oh, wow.
that Target uses to announce new things. They give their products, they send them to different fans, and then those fans make videos, take photography of the products. So when they announce them, they showcase those videos and those photos alongside the announcements, which is pretty cool. So these are the Hammond collection. This is the Triceratops, and then also it's a Velociraptor 2-pack that comes with Owen on a motorcycle. Sorry, not I made a mistake. Not Hammond collection, not Mattel's version of TVC for Jurassic. It's actually the reimagined Legacy collection, which is a line that they've started a few years ago. What differentiates this line is the dinosaurs tend to have the real feel skin, kind of like the old Kenner toys.
Okay.
And the action figures they pack in are kind of, they take inspiration from the old Kenner figures, which came with all kinds of wacky accessories that were never seen in the movies. Like Alan Grant, who came with an atomic bomb for whatever reason. Like, what was he actually going to do with that? Like, I have no earthly idea. Yeah, so they announced these two last week, and they did go up for pre-order. And in classic Target fashion, a few days later, with they put them up with a coupon available. So if you haven't pre-ordered them yet, you can actually get a discount on them now.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I know. I got my Gamorrean guards, not to jump ahead, but now if you spend 50, you get $10 off. It's like, oh, perfect timing.
Yeah, yeah. Or if you spend 80, I think you get 20 off.
Ooh, I did.
Yeah, I mean this is cool. Mattel with Triceratops for whatever reason has been kind of, they've did one that they repainted and retooled for years on end. Then they did their Hammond collection version, and that one was a little small, a little bit lackluster. Then they did a bigger version after that, I think it was called the Habitat Defender or something. And it's a really nice figure. And now there's this one that has the real feel skin. It
Ooh,
looks cool. I don't know that it's 100% based off the original Jurassic Park model. It kind of looks a little more Jurassic World, if you know what to look for. Um, but it's a Triceratops. I'm sure it'll do okay. The other set is the Raptor set. Now this one's kind of a little more annoying for me personally, because the Reimagine, like I said, it takes a lot of inspiration from Kenner, just in terms of the approach with the realistic skin and the wacky accessories. So far, they've done an Alan Grant from the original movie for this line, with wacky accessories. Of course, they've done an Ian Malcolm. They've done Dennis Nedry, who also came on a sort of motorcycle. Um, and they haven't done an Ellie Sattler or a Robert Muldoon figure yet for that specific line. So I'm just kind of wondering why they jumped to like Jurassic World instead of Jurassic Park. Because there's still characters they need to do from that film. And I have a long history. I'm sure some folks know I have a long history with how much Hasbro, or not Hasbro, but Mattel has put this particular character so front and face like forward on all of their marketing and packaging and stuff, um which I feel has been a mistake, but anyway,
yeah,
I don't need
yeah.
to get into that. But yeah, so I mean, these are neat. The figure is kind of a little silly. I mean, he's got like a shark teeth helmet or something, dinosaur teeth, I guess.
Huh.
He's wearing
And
an interesting outfit.
he's got elbow articulation
Yeah, they
and
don't have
shoulder,
wrists, but they have
elbows,
elbows.
elbows and shoulders. That's about it.
This is the Raptor. I want to jump. I want to mention something real quick, because I know this is an issue you have with TVC, John. These figures also have barbell hips, but for whatever reason, like Mattel tends to do a fairly good job with making them look a little more natural. So he doesn't have like the thigh gap too bad.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but for the most part, a lot of it, I need to shut up about it because I think I pointed out too much and now it's like all I look at. But yeah, we can talk about it more, but like I'm looking at Nebron. Like even if you look at it from this far away, the darkest areas are the crotchular region. Like
Here, let's zoom in on Nebrin Leeds' crotch for a second.
maybe I need to fix like his legs or something. I don't know. And I don't know why I have such a problem with it, but like it looks like his thighs are sideways. It's
Yeah.
almost like I could go like this and it would look more normal. Like
Mm,
again, it's a me problem, I think. But look at the gaps.
right.
I just think for the sake of easier movement, it's not aesthetically pleasing to me, and I'm sorry.
Right. No, I mean
Mm.
it's a fair point.
They're still amazing figures. I'm not ever going to take that away, but yeah, you can see it even in this shot. Like I know sometimes the Mattel figures tend to have a huge like lower torso area, if I may.
Right.
So that doesn't help. But this one doesn't look
Right.
bad.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad. Let's see. Here's the Raptor. I mean, these look okay. I mean, I'm glad they have the real feel like skin going on, but they're not. I mean, they're. I would have preferred like a crazy like Ellie Sattler pack with two like film accurate Raptors that were real feel. I think that would have been fun. Or Robert Muldoon maybe because he was the Raptor guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I kind of like the bike. I like how it has like a Jurassic World like sort of logo on it or Jurassic Park logo. Just kind of
Oh,
silly,
yeah.
but you know.
Interesting. I've never like I should next time I'm at one of the stores or like a Target, check out the real feel. Can you like is there space in the packaging for you to like touch the toy or
Yeah. Some of them have like open like type window boxes. So you could definitely you could feel them, see what they feel like, kind of squishy.
ooh, cool.
Yeah. Let me see here.
Reminds me though, I do need to check out my Hammond collection and make sure I have everything from the first couple movies.
Yes.
That's what I was focusing on.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I
The
know
bodies on
you're
them looked a little long too. I forgot to mention, but there is one that actually just came out as well. I'm kind of spoiling one of my acquisitions, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it because it's kind of going to illustrate the point we're talking about right now. And that is this right here. It's a 2-pack that just came out. It has the
ooh.
Giganotosaurus and Therizinosaurus. And this is Jurassic World Reimagined. It is part of that Kenner-esque sort of line. So you do get the crazy, like, non-accurate, like, colors on the dinos. But I just got this one in, I think yesterday or the day before. And it's really nice. It's a really nice set. And yeah, like you can reach in there and feel them. Like the Giganotosaurus, especially, excuse me, the Giganotosaurus is
Cool.
very squishy. And it's a pretty sizable box that's there. But
Look at the Raptors up there. That's cool too. I'm always love all the different colors and patterns and
yeah, that is the that's the Raptor 3-pack that I received them on the same day. So it's Jurassic Park, The Lost World, and Jurassic Park 3. Not the greatest figures they've made, but just a kind of a way to get each representation out there, I guess. Which technically they're still missing one because the female Raptor in Jurassic Park 3 was white, and that one is not in the set. Not in the set. Okay, let's see, what else do we got here? Let's talk some Hot Toys for a minute.
ooh, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. Dun, dun, dun. All right, let me go and pull out Sideshow site. I'm going to start off. I'll just touch on these really, really briefly. So, Terminator, Endoskeleton, brand new version. This was just put up for pre-order within the last week or so, and yeah, I mean, it looks amazing. I mean, it looks like it's the kind of thing that if like space was limitless and money was limitless, I might go for. But
It is amazing, and I'm a huge fan of that franchise, especially the first couple movies. And there's that scene, right, where they're showing the future, and they're just like,
yeah,
it's like crushing a skull, a human skull, or through.
right. Yeah, it is neat. I have on pre-order the Arnold one, the T2, like battle
Ah,
damage one that recently started like shipping in some areas. But like that's all I would do. I don't think I would go beyond that just because, you can't buy everything, but or I mean, I guess
that's
you can, but
that's the figure, and I forget the actor's name who was the T-1000.
Robert Patrick.
Um, Robert Patrick, thank you. He's in Peacekeeper. I'm loving that show right now. I don't know if anyone's watching that. I'm sure a few people are in the audience. Have you seen that, Victoria?
I
But
haven't watched it.
he plays Peacekeeper's father. The show is outstanding. It's hilarious, and I don't know. It's so good. But anyways, he got his Hot Toys figure, and he got like the first release of it, and he was so taken back and so blown away by his figure. And then I think he owns a Harley shop or something, and
Yeah.
it showed him like displaying it and like just talking about like just showing off the figure in his Harley shop. It was really cool.
Yeah, I saw that. That was cool. That was really cool. Um, hey, sci-fi dude. Yeah, and Charlie made a point here. In art is also dropping a T800 endoskeleton. Yeah, there's a lot of in art stuff. I'm gonna hold off on talking about that till next week, just because there's already a lot to discuss. But yeah, they didn't just do one announcement the other day. They announced like 6 different figures, and some of them are pretty cool. But yeah, in the interest of time, we're just gonna look at the Hot Toys version for right now. But yeah, this is on pre-order. Doesn't come with a lot of stuff. I guess it doesn't need a lot of stuff though. $400, not cheap, but it is cool. Not cheap, but it is cool. We should put that on a t-shirt. There's 2 versions of the Broken Tusk Predator. And I haven't this is from Alien versus Predator. So I mean, they've done a few of these before. I don't have any of their Predator things. I probably wouldn't buy any of their Predator things, but just to take a quick peek at $300, $100 less than the endoskeleton, and it also looks pretty cool.
Now is this Hot Toys?
Yep.
Okay. Wow. Another great movie I haven't seen in a while. First couple.
Yeah, I like the first one. Like after that, they kind of lost me, but
And I know the second one. I can't help but love, right? You got Danny Glover and Gary Busey and all these.
They did their
But
best.
yeah.
Hey, Costa, how's it going? Good to see you. All right, so let's see what else. There's a John Wick. There's 3 versions of it. They announced it's now waitlisted, but the artisan version, if you want a John Wick with actual rooted hair, then this is the man for you right here. Yeah, pretty damn sweet looking. Another one of those that's like tempting, but
yeah.
rein it in, Victoria, rein it in. Yeah, so there's 3 versions. There was the artisan. There's also the special edition and the collector edition. So you have options with this. They all look great. I think if you were going for this, you can't really go wrong with any of them. And he does come with a few different accessories that you can utilize with him.
I'm disappointed in myself to say I hadn't watched any of the John Wick movies until recently. The first one, and I was so sad about what happened in the movie that motivated him to become a maniac.
I mean, to be honest, that would have 100% put me on the same path.
Yeah.
No question.
Yeah. So I do need to watch more of them, but I
definitely do that.
Thoroughly enjoyed it, but it wasn't until recently.
Nice. All right. Let's see. Okay. I do want to touch on this one because I have some thoughts. Harley Quinn. Right. So this is from Suicide Squad. That's 2016. That's almost 10 years ago. It's hard to believe.
Wow.
This is the second time that they attempt Harley Quinn. They tried doing this version of her back in 2016. That was actually my second Hot Toys figure that I ever bought. Um, and I think she shipped in like sometime in late 2017, if I recall. And yeah, she had a really, really, really great likeness. Kind of a unique expression. It was the kind of expression that you either like or you don't like, because she had her mouth open, she was smiling. I thought it looked really cool. I still think it holds up. And probably to this day, I would say it's probably one of Hot Toys' best, like especially like going back to those earlier Hot Toys figures. Like that's probably one of their better ones that holds up over the last decade.
Oh wow.
But the consensus from what I've seen online through some of my friends' streams, talking about this figure, seems to be that the likeness on this one isn't quite as strong as the one from almost a decade ago, which is very, very interesting to me. And I tend to agree with that assessment. I don't think she looks horrible, but I don't think she looks quite as good as the original one did for whatever reason. I mean, these are still early, prototype images. Maybe it'll improve over time. I do think the body looks better overall. It looks a little more proportionate than the last one did. The
Yeah.
last one had like some weird like knees, because it had jointed knees, so you could see the knees. Um, but
Was it the same outfit? I'm just trying to see. Oh, I
yep,
think I see it. I think I see it. Got her mouth open, like you said.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. It was the
Mm,
same outfit too.
yeah.
Completely different figure, 100% different figure, but yeah, same outfit. They also did an artisan version, which went waitlisted, $400 compared to $315, but that would get you the rooted hair. I don't think the artisan one looks very good at all, honestly.
Yeah.
I just think it's the hair. I mean, it's not the fact that
Yeah.
it's rooted, it's the color.
It
Like,
looks too light. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like this, the sculpted one, okay, that looks good. That's pretty much the way the original one looked. Like she had like a kind of like a gradient in the hair. This one does not. This is just like straight up like platinum blonde. And that's not the way the hair should be. It should have like more of that, like more like almost like a beige tone, like sort of gradient going on. Um, so yeah, I don't know if they're gonna fix that, but it doesn't look right. And yeah, I wouldn't go for the artisan for that reason alone. It's just just that the hair just isn't accurate, and with the likeness being a little bit off, it just doesn't look, to me, it doesn't look quite right.
Yeah.
But she's still pre-sold out anyway, so either most folks don't agree with me, or more likely they just didn't want to miss out on an artisan limited
The
release.
FOMO is real. Yeah. I wonder if some of this stuff was okay. Was it showcased at New York Comic Con or no? Do we know?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Because when I've been to New York Comic Con a couple times, and that was one of the cooler booths and showcase areas
Yeah,
at New York Comic Con. So, but yeah, I mean, figure does look pretty great. I do see what you're saying. I think the likeness is pretty great, but I think she's got to have a bit of a menacing, maniacal kind of face
right.
expression. And like you said, the prior version definitely captured that perfectly. I mean, mhm. It looks so much like Margot Robbie, but
Yeah,
with that little smirk going.
right.
Yeah,
I mean, it looks like it's almost there. It's just not completely there.
yeah.
Hey, Mary, good to see you. Sci-Fi Dude says, "Take my money."
Yeah, seeing some of this stuff is just torture. Like,
I know.
I know I've told you before, I've always wanted the Heath Ledger Joker, and I passed on it a couple times, and I'm still like, why? Why did you do that? Why? Uh,
Yeah, he's cool. Um, Charlie's asking, would you swap the old sculpted onto the new sculpted body? For OCD purposes, probably not. But it might be the best result, honestly.
it's only temporary, Victoria. You can switch it back.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Those knees are hideous, though, on the old one.
Yeah, they are. I still have that figure and I still love it, but yeah. Yeah, the knees haven't aged very well. All right, so I know let's move on to the one I know you want to talk about, and that I want to talk about.
Mm,
That is our boy,
the chosen one. I am the
chosen
chosen
one
one.
himself, Mr. Anakin Skywalker.
Ah, yeah, bring up those photos. I'm curious. Yeah, I want to hear your thoughts.
Well,
I know you're a big fan. You've got a few, a few of those figures.
yes. So yes, I am a huge fan. But it's been an interesting year for Revenge of the Sith Anakin Skywalker version with Hot Toys,
Yeah.
because earlier this year, uh, or actually back in 2023, 2 years ago, October 2023, they put out pre-orders for the first artisan edition Anakin Skywalker from this film, and he was based straight up from Revenge of the Sith. He had the rooted hair. He was an artisan release, very hard to get. I got very lucky that my wait list through Sideshow converted, and I was able to obtain one. But I still had to wait almost 2 years to actually get him, because he took forever for them to come out with. And then earlier this year, they did the Celebration exclusive Dark Side Darth Vader version with the Sith eyes, with the more sallow complexion, with the rooted hair and the alternate red lightsaber. And I'm pretty sure that one was based. The consensus seems to be that that one is based actually on Ahsoka rather than Revenge of
Hmm.
the Sith. And that wasn't one I wanted to miss, so I did obtain one. Not at a ridiculous price, but not at a not at an inexpensive price either. Um, and my complaint, because it really seemed like Hot Toys, did Anakin fans dirty by making both of them artisan editions.
Yeah.
But also the fact that this is the 20th anniversary of that film, and
Yeah.
they made that character, the main character of that film, like so limited and so hard to get, and without without an alternative available to the mass consuming toy buying public.
Right.
um, when they could very well, it wouldn't have cost them anything at the same time back in May, have also simultaneously put this figure up for pre-order, because the other one was so limited it would not have affected sales. It would not have mattered at all they were doing, I'm sure, was trying to generate hype, get people
Yeah.
talking,
Good
which
point.
that's what Hot Toys does. um, and But still, at the end of the day, they kind of did the customer base dirty. So um, this right here, this has been the answer all along
Yeah.
to the problems that those artisan editions have had, because this is something that not only is the version of Anakin that everybody wants, but it also gives you sort of two figures in one by also combining light side version as well as dark side version in the same release.
Yeah, right. It's got the swappable eyes, right? Mm.
Swappable eyes, swappable hair pieces, um, and they are sculpted. So there's not going to be any like with the artisan figures. Like I feel like I'm always like very like I'm afraid to touch them.
Careful. Yeah,
Yeah, like I try not to. I try to pose them once and then leave them, because I'm just afraid of like ruining the hair. Something like this is going to
for
be a little
sure.
more durable,
Yeah,
and
forgiving.
something that'll be, I wouldn't be as hesitant to mess around with it like that. So it's two figures in one. It's light side version and dark side version as well. It's the Anakin that people want. It's been a long time coming. I think it's very exciting. Even though I have those other two Anakins, I went ahead and pre-ordered this one as well, because again, like I love those versions, but I need to have kind of need to have them all. I know that's kind of
Gotta have them
silly, but
all. Yeah.
yeah,
They all have their own unique, I'm sure, portraits, right? Or at least
yeah,
um the certain aspects of them. So I can see why. And this one has two different hairstyles, right? The fringe hair versus the hair back,
Yes.
parted back a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go. Yep.
So there's yeah, so kind
And
of a
he's
little
supposed
more like messy hair,
right.
cleaner hair.
Yep, like he's coming in to do some damage and his hair's moving around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they noted too, he's supposed to have like Mustafar lava kind of damaged clothing, but I don't really see that. Forgot what it said in the description, but it made it sound like this was like a not battle damaged, but let's look at it. Anyways, um I'm sure if you go through some more of those pictures, there's also the one that has Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan! In the his back to us, but people are claiming that that's a newer sculpt or newer clothing. It has to be a new Obi-Wan, and he's coming too. Is there something about the seams that aren't there, like in the other one? And you can see the the what do you call it? The soot, like smoke,
Mhm.
volcano burn. Yeah, like damage on Obi-Wan there.
Right.
So mm, I'm excited. I've been wanting, wanting. I've
Yeah.
been, had a big desire to get this figure, and I almost bought the older one, you know, earlier, or, earlier this year, and I held off, and I'm so happy now that they're offering it again, and I'm able to buy it. So
Yeah.
giddy up.
And that's what this kind of a release I think is perfect for, just giving people access to this character and in his most iconic form. As far as Obi-Wan, I mean, it is interesting. I don't know what their plans are, but at least here in this image, you can see he does come with like the other part of the Mustafar base.
Yes. Yeah, and it's got the controller and everything. Oh, it's
Yeah,
great. It is so great that, July through November and I have been wanting to recreate this scene in 3.75 and find an actual digital file of that base with the controller on it, which the Black Series got right,
right.
of course. But anyways, yeah, this is really cool. And yeah, we've seen it in 6-inch form. It'd be great to get it in, this form and 3 3/4. And some people are saying that his face looks a little older than maybe it should be. I don't know if I really see it, but I should ask the super fan here if she sees it. But I think it looks great. Maybe they were saying it around like the lower chin area. I don't know. But
Yeah,
I think it
um,
looks amazing.
he does. He looks incredible. To that point, I mean, I can't confirm this 100% because I don't know. Maybe somebody in the chat knows, or they've heard it from another YouTuber. But it almost seems like they base this particular head sculpt on the dark side artisan version, which, like I said earlier, that version is based on Ahsoka, which obviously he was his current age, right? But he was CGI'd
Yeah.
to look a little bit younger. Um,
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then I could see why this one might appear to look a little bit older, a little more mature. I don't think it looks as mature to me as the artisan one that I have, the dark side version, but I
Mhm.
do think he looks a little more mature compared to how he looks in the film.
Yep, makes sense. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Mr. Hayden's my age. We're actually the same age.
yeah,
44. He's 44.
yeah, yeah. I mean, he was only 22 when he turned to the dark side. So I mean, does this guy look 22? This figure, I'd say he maybe looks a little older, but
A
it's
little
not
older.
enough to like, I think it might actually be better for it, possibly. I don't know. I mean, it
Right,
looks really
right.
cool. it's a really great likeness. I'm excited for this. You know, even though I have those other ones, like I'm genuinely excited and looking forward to this one.
Jason, you need to buy this. You need to buy this.
Yeah, like if there's any Star Wars fans out there that have held off on Hot Toys, like maybe there's like 3 that you might need. I don't know what those 3 are. I know what one of them is. It would be this one. Like I would say, it is a gateway drug though into Hot Toys if you buy one.
I think he's
But
got a couple.
yeah, yeah. I see our friend Britt is in here. Hey, Britt, good to see you. And I like her comment. Messy hair for messy relationships. Mary says she let go of her artisan version in expectation of this release.
Yeah, maybe that's the messy hair. That's what the messy's hair is for. That you cannot take her away from me.
Yeah, so it looks great. As far as price goes, this one is $310. It is available for pre-order. I mean, there's no telling when or if this is going to be one of those that sells out.
Oof.
I don't know what the edition is going to be. It seems like lately Hot Toys have generally been a little bit smaller production run. Not in all cases, but in many cases. So, I mean, I don't know how long this is going to go. So if anybody's like on the fence, like, oh, just pre-order it and, you know, you can cancel it later if you need to. But yeah, it's definitely one like to not be missed, like 100%. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and I know Rick here. I did the same thing. Like the moment I saw it in the morning, somebody said it was available, like in the comments on either Instagram or Facebook, I forget. And like I went to the website, couldn't find it, had to search for it, and it was just like, I don't know, it wasn't the logo of the character, it was some other, I'm sorry, it wasn't the image of the character, it was like some logo of whatever placeholder, and I went in and ordered it, and then it was gone for like a couple weeks or a week and a half until October. But my order stayed in.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, same here. As soon as it went up, I think it was the first day, it might have been the day we left for our trip. I saw that it was up and I was like, boom, pre-order, like done.
Yep.
And then then the listing disappeared, and then apparently somebody had contacted Sideshow, and Sideshow said it went up too early and it was supposed to go up like October 1st. So they ended up putting it back up. But in addition to this, they also listed a Mustafar version, Darth Vader Artisan Edition, which we don't know what that is, but
right.
There's something else coming too. What it is, I have no idea, but there is another version coming as well.
Yeah. So I don't get it. Like, so there's another artisan coming. They've already released one. So what would it be? Like more, like again, more Mustafar damage? Like I'm just curious as to what that would be.
Yeah. Is it gone? I didn't even realize that it was not listed anymore. Let me see. Oh, no, it's still there. Yeah, so all it says here is this, but we don't know what it is. It just says Darth Vader Mustafar Artisan Edition 6-scale figure. I mean, it's hard to imagine that they would do another like dark side like Anakin, like the one that they did earlier this year, but maybe that's what it is. Maybe now they're going to make it available to more people. Or it's going to be like a tweak of that figure, so that it's not quite based on Ahsoka, but more based on Revenge of the Sith. Or maybe it's going to be burnt up Anakin without hair, without limbs. I don't know.
Yeah, could be. That could be fun. You know, it's just some scraps of real hair, just like burnt up real hair.
Yeah, a few gray hairs.
Has that burnt hair smell that we all love.
Right. Yeah, so who knows? Who knows what it is?
Crispy Anakin, I like it.
Yeah. I'm just curious. What are the Hot Toys best sellers as of this moment? We can show filters, bestsellers. It's Anakin. He's the bestseller right now.
Look at that.
So obviously a wise choice for them to release this rendition. Speaking of Sideshow and Hot Toys, did you end up pre-ordering all the Jabba's Goons, folks?
I think I'm behind one or two of them. Maybe is it Klaatu that was I forget who else was released, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait a little bit. Um, I'm hoping to get Jabba soon. They delayed him a month. So they didn't take one of my installment payments, so I just started making like manual payments towards Jabba because I just
Mhm.
want it over with. Um, but yeah, I think I'm behind on one of them, but it's still like sitting there available. I don't see them really selling out, but maybe I just need to commit to them all and stop playing these games, you know?
Yeah,
You're not ordering any of them, correct? You did a lot of the Cantina.
I did all of the Cantina, Scum and Villainy. I did all
Yeah.
of those. So yeah, no Javas for me, unfortunately. I would kind of like to have Bib Fortuna, honestly, but no.
Bib Bib would be the one, and I can't wait to someday have that Jabba with Bib right by his side and throwing Mr. Boba Fett next to them too.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Some of them
Yeah,
are
those some
limited.
of those sold out. Yep. So some of the Cantina ones anyway. So yeah, I'll get on that. I'm waiting for Chewbacca too. Where's Chewbacca and 3PO? Aren't they supposed to ship soon?
Probably that we're gonna get them next year. I would imagine at this point.
Ugh, yikes.
I know.
Um, yeah, yeah. Exciting stuff though. I'm thrilled about Anakin. Uh, happy they're bringing them back. So thank you, boys.
Charlie says that Kithaba dropped today for pre-order.
Oh crap! Now I got two. I got to order. Uh, I need a side hustle.
We never catch up. We never, ever, ever catch up.
Oh man,
Oh, I see him. There he is. He's 275, Kithaba.
he looks so great. Oh, love my Jabba goons.
Yeah. Um.
Yeah, and I think that leaves Tessic, um, Woof. I don't know if there's any more. I think I'm missing one of them, but I think they might all showed up are just those last two or three. Oh yeah, Cathaba, there he is, front and center. Oh, I love the red pants.
500 pieces.
Does it say it?
That's what Charlie says.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I think the Jabba's ones look better than the Scum and Villainy ones.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
I mean, I think so.
They 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 learned from, movie to movie how to get there. They had more budget, right? They had more,
Yeah.
more budget to play with at that point.
Hey, Lorena, how's it going?
Yeah, so I got a couple of these to order.
Better get on it.
I just don't know how I'm going to display all this. That's my constant problem. Um, every winter here in New England when there's snow and it's cold and there's nothing to do, that's where I need to just finally figure out a bunch of display options. Because Java, as you know, I know Adam has the Java from the first release, and that's a pretty huge set. You got to really figure out a decent area and cabinet or whatever table to display all this on. So
Right.
easy.
Um, Yeah, it's definitely interesting. All right. I guess let's go ahead and move on. So you told me that at Ollie's they have a few TVC figures right now.
Yes, they have. So Mr. Tuna, Mr. Chris from Bantha Skull, and some other folks have seen Paz Vizsla, um uh what's his name? The oh my gosh. Um the I'll look it up. The bad guy from oh my God. I'll look it up in a second. There's also the Ahsoka. Wait, was that Ross that had the Ahsoka pack?
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
I'm getting them mixed up. Who's the hold on, I gotta look it up. Jeez. But there's a few. There's him, I think is it there's another Ahsoka at all these God. Defer to Ross for now. I'll get the information to you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Um
No worries. Yeah. So it's been termed by a number of folks on the interwebs as Ross Con because there's just so much hitting there that is would normally be pretty expensive stuff if you were to get it through the original retailers. And I think you sent me this particular one earlier, but yeah, there's things like the Sabine Wren lightsaber, the Transformers. What is this? Triptychon. I mean, $30 for a Force Effects is just nuts.
wow.
Um, and then the Batwing, which I have the Batwing. I've never opened it, but I have it. And it's like the box is like 3 feet long, and that's only $60 here. So it's just crazy
Wow.
that I don't know how they do it. I don't
How
know
much
what's
was that
going on.
originally? Sorry, the Batwing. How much was it
I
originally?
think it was 150.
I mean, this is part of the reason I think that these big toy companies can't trust big box stores as much anymore because they just liquidate stuff too fast.
Yeah.
Uh, um, yeah, I do have it here. It's the I was jeez, the Grand Inquisitor um
Mhm.
is there for $8, and the Book of Boba Fett Tusken Warrior as well with Vizsla. My apologies for that,
That's
but
okay.
um yeah, Paz was going for $10.
Wow.
Again, right? It's like some of those figures, like if they were on a card with a blister and a normal size card,
Hmm.
probably wouldn't have these issues.
Probably not.
Hasbro's gonna Hasbro sometimes.
Good question, Lauren. I have no idea. I wasn't able to figure that one out myself.
It's the
It's a little
it
Turi from Twilight, but
yeah, it's always like a coming off as like elitism or
right.
like, you know, I used that once when I posted that I had I think I've mentioned this before on live streams that I fixed one of my daughter's American Girl doll blow dryers because I learned how to solder LEDs, and I used this photo to be like, you know, I am now an elite dad for doing that. Entered a
Yeah.
new level.
I saw images as well of some of the McFarlane DC figures, like some of the popular ones too, like Batman the Animated Series for like $7. Regularly they're like $30, 25, $30. And 35 even, like the more recent ones. As well
Wow.
as figures like the Ahsoka pack you mentioned for like $17 for like separately carded figures. Um, yeah, it's like wild. Like, yeah, I mean, to me, it's kind of indicative of like sales, just in terms of these higher priced items. Like maybe some of them aren't quite moving, or maybe they
Yeah.
just produce too many. Because I think all of these are online,
Yeah.
right? I don't even think any of these are like physically in stores.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, right? It's like, is it just they're trying to hit certain quantity of production to get like a certain discount, right? If we do X amount, we save another, I don't know, 50 cents per item. That's probably
Mhm.
way too high. But anyways, or is it a price issue? Like the Ahsoka pack, I think a lot of people had issues with buying paying full price for three droids,
Yeah.
right? It's like that was one, that was my issue anyway. I just refused to pay for that set. All I'm gonna say is if anyone's got a Ross and finds those figures and wants to help out John Miko, please DM me, help me out. Um, but I've seen sabers like that for pretty cheap too. Like I think Barnes and Nobles had Mace Windu's at one point, and or maybe Kylo Ren's for
Hmm.
like 20, 20, 30 bucks, and it was no brainers.
Yeah,
Crazy. It's kind of crazy.
it is crazy. But yeah, clearances are out there. I have Rosses around here. I haven't gone. I tend to avoid them like the plague if I can, but I may go
Yeah.
check them out. They're always so crowded. And, they have like security guards out front, like pacing. So,
Really?
yeah.
Wow. I've been to Ollie's out here. We don't have Ross anywhere out here. But I've been to the Ollie's and they're not crowded. So that's interesting. Next time I'm out there, I'm gonna have to check out a couple Rosses. May-
Yeah, we
Maybe
don't have
I'll
all these here. My parents have one in my hometown, but none here.
Ross is a dump. That's how I feel going to Walmart. So I'm scared to go to Ross now. Um,
All right, well, let's shift gears here. Because as I mentioned at the top of the show, um, there are a lot of reveals from Hasbro Star Wars from today's event, from today's New York Comic Con live stream. Just kidding. There's not a lot of reveals. Sarcasm. I'm going to jump over here to Bantha Skull, where they've kindly posted the official images sent out by Hasbro PR. Beginning with the two TVC figures. So Shock T and Padme Amidala. These are previously kind of somewhat announced when they showed the card backs off. So we knew these were coming. But now they're showing off what the figures actually look like because we had not seen the actual images. I do got to note that these are priced at $19.99. So that is seemingly the new TVC price, $19.99. We can touch on that in just a moment here, but first let's go and take a look at Padme. Oh yeah. Where'd she go? I always struggle with these images. What do you think about the likeness, John, on this Padme figure?
I mean, I think it looks pretty great. I don't know about like I know she has like birthmark or two. I didn't know they were that pronounced, but I think it looks pretty great. How do you feel?
Yeah, I think she looks excellent. Um, yeah, I feel like the eyes maybe look a little bit big right now in this image, but
It is always so hard I mean, a lot of times you get these in hand and they look completely different. So
right.
I think it's a good sign that it looks really good.
And I'm just noticing too that her blasters look clear, like kind of see through.
Yeah, it's funny. I was chatting with Tyler and he was like, "Why does she have silver, like metallic silver on her upper arms, but they didn't put that on her guns?" And I was like, "I don't know. I have to look at her pistols again, her blasters again, just to see
It is
what they
weird.
what they did look like." But it's definitely production figures because the card back even has like the paperwork in it and
Mm,
everything. So,
interesting. Yeah, I
and
think
I
she
was,
looks nice.
yeah, and I was hoping like it almost looks like she's got the Black Series like ball jointed wrists that they're
Right.
trying out now. But
Right.
I may have touched base with somebody on the team, and they said they do not. But it is
Ah,
something they are trying to figure out for TVC, which would be nice. And I'll speak to that when we talk about the $20 we're paying now.
yeah. How are you feeling about the plastic cape that she has?
Um, I haven't thought too much about that, to be honest. Can you go to is there one that shows like the back of it?
Yes.
Yeah. Um, I get conflicted with this stuff because like I know a lot of people had issues with Leia and her soft vinyl lower dress, right? If I'm saying that right, I'm sorry. Skirt,
Hmm.
dress, whatever, gown. Um, I think it looks great, right? For the figure and to make it look as realistic kind of as possible. And I hope, there's a soft version, soft lower for Leia in the future, which I'm sure there will be, so she can lay down and sit down and do all sorts of stuff. This leads you to believe there may not be a soft version in the future, but um, I guess what I'm going with is it just looks more realistic. So I'm good with that, and it doesn't look like
Yeah.
it's going to impede anything.
Right. I mean, if we
Uh,
remember the one that came in the Evolution set with the soft goods, like that soft goods was horrendous.
yes, I have it right here, actually. I haven't. I need to still open it, but
Yep. That's her.
yeah,
And the one in the nightgown, I can never get that figure to stand.
it's a lot of Leia's like that too. Um, yeah, so I don't know. Like, I know they can do some pretty amazing things with some of the soft goods, like they did with Morgan Elsbeth, and some other figures. But like, I would rather just want something to look as like authentic as possible.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm curious what people think in the comments too.
Right. I really like the card though. I
Yeah,
think the just the overall like presentation is really nice.
I tried looking for that film out, and that's like obviously their relationship with LFL and Disney, and I could not find that picture in the movie.
Yeah, I was looking. I was just thinking about that too, and I don't remember seeing that exact like moment in the movie.
Right. Yeah. And as they stated, right, that's from Tatooine, and it's Tatooine adjacent, I guess, from a theme perspective.
They didn't
Even
really
though
say that, did they?
they said something to the effect of that. It's like
Oh wow,
it's not part of Return of Tatooine, but they're on Tatooine. And
interesting.
anyway, yeah,
But she's. I guess then in that case, she's not really Battle Geonosis, right? Because she's.
right, right. It's Attack of the Clones. It's you know, um, yeah. I'm pretty happy with this. I don't have the Black Series version of the 375 one, so mm,
Yeah.
happy to bring this one in, and it's just you see
Same.
the photo reel and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. Here is Shock T. If I can get the images to work properly.
Yeah. I know this figure is $20. I think, obviously when the Black Series one was revealed, and it was one of the conventions. I don't know if it was LCM last year or something, but James Burns, what's he from? Jedi Insider or one of those Jedi. Anyways, he was interviewing Chris Rife, and they were talking about that 6-inch Shock T and how, from a deco perspective, he's a deluxe figure. So I was worried this one was going to be deluxe. So it was great to see like the mainline card when
Yeah.
You showed it at Red 5. So anyways, it's good to see her on a regular card, and
It
you
is.
know, at least whatever the mainline pricing is now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Looks great. Looks really, really great.
Yeah, I don't think she has articulated wrists, which could be a problem. I hope her elbow range can break, the 90-degree plane, and but oh, look at that, right? The patterns in her.
Yeah. Like not like no articulation. You mean like ball hinges or like no articulation?
I think they're just like swivel type
Okay.
wrists, right? Like a lot of the female characters have had now. And
Right.
again, it's kind of sad because there are a lot of figures in TVC 2.0 with smaller hands and wrists that do have that articulation, like Bo-Katan, even Moff Gideon. Mm, there's a bunch of them that have much smaller hands that
Mm.
do have the it's called a disc pivot joint, or the hinged wrists, as people call it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, she looks great. I'd like to see some images of her without the cloak.
Hmm.
Um,
Same.
which unfortunately we don't have any, but I mean she can do the two-handed grip. The only thing is that lightsaber looks kind of big. No, like the hilt doesn't it look a little large?
Yeah, it does look bulky.
Kind of
Yeah.
yeah, kind of long. Um, but you know, I guess there always has to be at least slight
The
concessions with some of this stuff.
so Chad Peak's asking why would she be deluxe. So think when they were talking about the Black Series figure, they were talking about her deco on her Montrals and forgive me, her is that her Kama, or I'm not Kama, whatever, her tabards
Yeah, yeah.
there, that would warrant her being deluxe. But I agree that, like, it's not a deluxe figure. Stop it.
Right.
And they didn't. So, there's no reason to, go down that thick. But again, what they were inferring was that potentially she could be deluxe for TVC, and she's not.
All right. So that's TVC. I guess we'll just touch real quick on
Yeah, yeah.
Black Series. So I guess they hadn't done this version of Boba Fett yet with this particular outfit.
Yeah.
They did a similar one, right? The one that had the like from the Mandalorian season 2, but not a proper Book of Boba Fett, which is interesting. It's kind of like of all lines, right? Like the Black Series to not have this version already is interesting, but
It is so odd. And it's just, I guess I mean, I don't know how relevant it is now, but it is Boba Fett. So he doesn't have the thigh cut, right? Which a lot of the Black Series figures, I think they're still doing it for certain figures, like maybe clones and stuff like that. But he doesn't have the thigh cut, but he has this like all new toe joint,
yeah. Yeah, they
So
mentioned
it's
that in
like,
the stream.
so
I mean,
interesting for
yeah.
sure.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, toe joints make sense. A lot of companies have been doing those for a long time, but
Okay, yeah, I think they mentioned something to that effect.
yeah, it is new for Black Series though. I mean, it looks nice, very posable. Only thing I'm noticing here is that the armor looks very clean.
There's no
Um,
deco. Yeah.
there's no deco, yeah, at all. And obviously, in the Book of Boba Fett, he's already got some more scratches on his armor. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm just seeing, yeah, that his, what do you call it? His, um, what's the forearm?
gauntlets.
His gauntlet should have more deco. Hmm.
He's got a couple scratches on his head, though. I don't remember him having those in the series.
I'm for the back to tank.
I guess so. Maybe that's after he runs in with Chrysanthemum.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think they mentioned this is just a repack, right? Book of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not as knowledgeable with the Black Series, but I was like, they don't have this. They gotta have it. I wasn't paying attention as much. It must be.
It's a cool picture on the side.
Yeah, very.
Yeah, I do have this figure. It's really nice. And this is the one that Walmart leaked, I think, right? Like within the last day or two, on accident. Jedi
And that
Survivor.
is that part of the Walmart whatever thing that's going on right now?
Yeah, Walmart con or whatever they're doing.
Walmart con.
Literally a con. Purge Trooper and Patrol Trooper, which Patrol Trooper, that's the one from Solo. But I guess it's also in Jedi Survivor. I haven't been able to finish that game because my PS4 broke. But so yeah, I don't know the context of these two, but yeah, I mean, cool, I guess.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So Brit's saying that the Vader is a repack and it was hard to get.
Cool. And I think that oh, what are those ads? Oh. Anyway.
Yeah, those ads come up for Discus and all of that. I have them on my website too. It's like, oh God.
Yeah. So, unfortunately they didn't show anything that we didn't already know about. I mean, I know a lot
I
of folks were,
know.
I mean, they advertised in recent weeks that they were going to be doing this stream, and I think naturally you start wondering, like, what are they going to show? Well, they teased that Cantina 4-pack. Maybe we're going to get to see that. They teased, we know Return to Battle Geonosis is coming. Maybe we're going to get to see something from that. But it was basically just like a recap, right, of recent things that have come out and recent announcements, and we got to see Padme and Shakti, which is cool, but really nothing new.
Yeah, I feel like this is where some pipelines are kind of warranted. It's like we we knew through the Has lab of events that those two figures were coming. It was nice to see them in their final form and see the actual figures, but we're still left not seeing anything newly announced.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's a real bummer. And are they doing, and I'm forgetting, are they doing a Hasbro Pulse Con? I know they have LCM, London LCM coming up, and then something in like France or Italy, right? They have a few things coming up. So it could be that where they have a few things coming up where they have to sprinkle some things out. So I assume we're going to find out like the rest of the first assortment for next year, right? Because this should be part of that. That those first waves of figures for next year. I think.
Yeah. I mean, are they doing PulseCon? I mean, I don't see
They
anything. I'm looking over their
were.
Instagram and I don't see anything for it. Because
Yeah,
it looks like the logo they have from today's stream is the same one they normally use for PulseCon.
that was confusing me. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah. So yeah, they do have some international cons coming up, and they'll probably sprinkle a couple of things in here or there. But when are we when are we hearing about this 4-pack? That's a lot of announcements all at once. So
Right.
maybe that's for LCM. I don't know.
I really, really, really want to see this 4-pack.
I bet.
Yeah, I mean, Return to Tatooine. I was reading Brett's post on Bantha School from within the last couple of days, and he talks a little bit about Return to Tatooine, and how overall he felt like it was a little bit lackluster just because there wasn't like a whole lot in terms of things that fit in with the Cantina.
Y-
Um,
yeah, not a lot of new.
right, not a
Yeah.
lot of new, and that's kind of what I think is needed right now for the Cantina. I mean, it's great we have it. I've talked about it a million times. I'm not going to go into it again because I love it. It's amazing, and I'm happy we finally have it. But there's no brand new Cantina figures outside of that HasLab.
Correct.
So it's great they're getting some of them back out there, right? Bon Bim Dim, Panda Baba, Dr. Evazan. But those are pretty ancient by action figure like standards today. And we need some new ones to interact with the Cantina. And this 4-pack is kind of like that last little bit of like Return to Tatooine, like hope for newness
Yeah.
for the Cantina to support it. But yeah, we really need to see it. I'm really anxious to see what's in there.
Yeah, and I think that's a general theme, right? Is we have such a limited tooling budget. Um, we've even the Cantina has lab, right? If that was a full 40, whatever, 43, 45 day, um, it probably could have to get our Leo shoes. I don't know. Some people say that stretch, that kind of dry stretch in the middle where it slogs, might have just been extended even longer. But I think we all know if it had another day, it probably would have hit the 17,000. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so, anyways, we should have our Leo shoes already. I guess is my point there. But if I could just speak to that, I think Brett had a very valid point, and we do need definitive updates of main characters. I think it helps bring in some new people, right? It brings in newer collectors, and they do sell well, right? We saw how well Leia sold. I think Luke. I mean, Obi-Wan's showing up everywhere, so it seems like there was a lot of. I think was it Target's getting cases of Obi-Wan? I could be wrong,
Yeah,
but I
that's
think
what I
there was
heard.
like 501st and Obi-Wan's. So, anyways, I think it still leaves that we are gapped from a newness perspective and new tooling, right? We've been talking about new tooling not being enough, and we're getting figures that are not necessarily accurate, and that ones that should be, right?
Yes.
And then ones that also they're just like, well, he's a background character, it doesn't matter, right? So, anyways, I think with this new price point, my hope is, I mean, it's I think a 17 or 18% price increase, right? We're going from 16.99 to
Mm-hmm.
19.99, right?
Yeah.
$3. My hope is that does that increase the budget in some way, that now there's more than, 12, 13, 14 newly tooled figures a year, right? It should be. And there should be no more shortcuts on anything. Everything should have all of the articulation they need, um the paint apps they should have, and the accessories they should have. I hope that's what's going to happen, and I think we're starved of figures. Yes, we're very lucky to get HasLabs and get some of these play sets and creatures, but um i think I think we need to see more for us to stay entertained. I don't know,
Yeah.
and give them our money.
Right. I mean, I wish I felt as optimistic about it. Um,
Yeah.
I feel like it's more like rising costs, like, you know, that are baked into for that extra price, that higher price points covering like increased costs. Um,
Yeah, there's the tariffs too, and I'm not a, economist here or understand a lot of that stuff, but like again, we still need to maintain the premiumness of the line, and we're just starved for figures. It's to the point where we need
yes.
to just start doing something from a like we've talked about dream packs or subscriptions to hammer out a lot of these figures from either Andor or Rogue One or Ahsoka or any of these shows that have a
Right.
serious lacking of representation in the line. Mm.
Yeah, definitely.
We're
And
5 for 5, right? Yeah, we're 5 for 5. Like we are putting our money, you know, we're putting our money up. We need to see like some equal service to the Black Series when it comes to the amount of figures.
yeah, um, I think it would at this point. They mentioned in the stream that the HasLabs are 5 for 5 for TVC. I think overall the collectors have come to bat for for TVC, like when it matters.
Mhm.
And I think we want to see the fruits of that labor from Hasbro a little bit more than we have. And I think when we touch on last figure standing in a few minutes here, we'll get to kind of cover why that's so important. But before we do that, let's just I do want to mention the Tron HasLab because this is something that over on Instagram, Steve has been teasing about Tron. We knew that Hasbro got some aspect of the licensing, but we didn't know like what that was going to mean exactly in terms of like what the scales were, like what the offerings were going to look like. Well, now we have a little more clarity. And yeah, so let me go ahead and pull this up. So it was announced today that there is a HasLab. Let me refresh it because I don't know if that number is correct. I guess it is pretty correct. There is a HasLab for Tron, for the original Tron, from a long time ago in our galaxy. So basically, this is the Tron Heroes of the Grid 3¾ inch collector set. Retails for $259.99. If it backs, there are 46 days remaining in the campaign. As of right now, there are 632 backers out of a target of 10,000 backers. And if you watch the stream, they showed us a good bit of what comes in this set, like what you get. So I mean, basically, you get a piece of the grid, you get the figures. It was mentioned that they have TVC style articulation. They have quite a few usable accessories. And just kind of toggling through here. You get a couple of the light cycles, which is nice. You get the pieces like that stick out of the back of the light cycles, like I don't even know what you'd call those, like the waves or the wakes.
Mm.
And then the figures are on TVC style cards. Figures on the
Mhm.
opposite side of the card.
Opposite side, yeah.
But
Gotta love the Disney right above.
I
Disney
know it's huge.
Tron.
It's huge.
In case you didn't know.
In case you didn't know, cards look really nice.
They do.
I know these
Like
are renders.
neon-y, the neon effects. Like, does it be neat if it like worked with black lights or neon lights, you know?
Yeah, that would be cool. So what are your thoughts on this, John? I mean, I don't think. I mean, I certainly didn't expect that there was going to be a Tron HasLab like right out the gate. Like they haven't done anything with Tron, and like day
Yeah.
one, there's a HasLab. Well, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because if like, I mean, 10,000 seems like a really high number. Um, yeah, like what if this doesn't fund, then I guess there's no Tron. Like nothing else they're gonna put around it, right? I mean, it was interesting to hear Mr. Stevie today. Afterwards, he had a live on Instagram where he gave away like one of these discs that has like basically they're doing like an ultimate giveaway. So they gave out 16 discs between San Diego Comic Con and then today at New York Comic Con, or at this giveaway he did live. And anyways, he was talking about this whole, and he had a post right about 375. We're gonna expand. more figure lines into 375, and he was asking what else people want to see. And in it, he was also talking about, like, as a 375 fan, you know, this should excite you.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I'm not being serious with this his next comment, but a part of me was like, oh man, am I supposed to back this if I'm a 375 fan? Like, well, what are you trying? So I will admit I am Tron illiterate. I have never seen the original. I did see the one, I think, back from the mid 2000s. I will go and seek it out and check it out and see what it's all about. But I know there's quite a few people that I know that are pretty excited, including some of my friends in the comments. So um, that's all I really have to say about it. But it's interesting to me about what it means for other 375 um, movie lines or media lines.
Mm-hmm. Right.
What about you?
Um, I saw a comment in here, and I apologize that I forgot who it came from because there's been a pretty steady stream of comments. But someone mentioned something along the lines of, it seems like Hasbro is not willing to use their own money to fund their own 3 3/4 inch figures from Tron, which is
Mhm.
valid. Um, and I guess that's what I mean. Like, they're launching this toy line with a HasLab. Like, they're not. I mean, to me, that says that they're not really confident with this, with this brand at this scale. Like, I don't think they feel confident enough to put out a toy line because they don't know how it's going to do, and that's why they're going the HasLab route. Um, Granted, I think if it was a mainline available like in stores, the quality might not be what we see in these particular products. Because HasLab, of course, it has to have a certain standard of quality. Um, so I guess what the benefit of it being a HasLab is that you would get that level of quality. Um,
Mhm.
I mean, Tron's an interesting one, right? It's like one of those that it comes around every once in a blue moon. The toys are very niche, right? Like, there's not a lot of people that it's not Star Wars. I don't even think it's like anywhere near like Indiana Jones. It's like a much more niche, like, sort of series. Um, I mean, I've seen the movies. I haven't seen the latest one yet, but I've seen the first two, and I think it's pretty cool, the concept of the whole, like, being sucked into a computer program. Like, that whole thing is interesting. But I mean, it's not the kind of thing. I have collected Tron toys in the past. Um, I bought the 2010 movie line toys back when those were out, and they went on deep clearance at retail. So I'm not, and I think those were maybe, I don't think they were 3 3/4 inch. I think they were probably like 4.5 inch or something. But those did go on deep clearance. So I mean, if they're using market data from the past, and it wasn't Hasbro that made it, it was somebody else, then I can kind of sort of see why they might not be too confident in doing an actual toy line. But um, yeah, I mean, that said, I agree. I think that 10,000 is a very, very high number for something that is so niche. Um, that's why I refreshed when I saw that it had 600 something backers. I was like, it's got to be higher by now, right? It's not. It's at 632 on day one.
Yikes.
It's not even going to hit 10% on day one. So I'm not optimistic about this. I am going to back it. I'm going to back it for a couple of reasons. Um, I am. I've always said that I am a fan of great toys. I have toys in my collection of things that I haven't even seen the movies for.
I love
I have,
that.
yeah. I mean, I just love toys, right? I love great quality toys and collectibles and fun stuff like that. It brings me joy. It makes me happy. Um, and I am going to back this, although I am not optimistic about it passing based on what we're seeing at this moment in time. Maybe with the movie this weekend, um, being out, maybe those numbers will jump a little bit, but you have to imagine, you have to assume that only a small portion of the movie going public going to see this movie this weekend, a very small portion of it, maybe 1% of 1%, would see that movie and then go and spend, $270 on figures they're not even going to get for another year. So I think they look great. I think the quality is awesome. I will back it, but yeah, it is a very interesting and unique thing. It's very niche. It's speaking to a very specific segment of collectors and fans. And I think you're right. That something like this is the way it's been touted as 375. Like yes, 375 is the best scale. It is the world billing scale. I mean, I don't think there's any disputing that, honestly, but you can't collect it all, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm curious to know how many Star Wars, like hardcore Star Wars collectors, are going for this just because it's 375. I'd like that's something I would like to know.
Yeah. They released it at New York Comic Con. Was that the right place for this? I don't know. But mm, I've been, it is pretty crowded. I felt more comfortable at San Diego Comic Con, to be honest. So, I'm curious to see maybe like what happened after they were showing it at their booth. But anyways, yeah, if this is, hope this isn't the only avenue for 375 stuff, right? Because uh they released Mask again, but they what do you call it? Licensed it out, right, to somebody else. Um and those went from whatever their 2 something inches to three and a three quarter.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I'm interested to see what happens with the next 375 line and how they release that and what they do. And I hope it's not solely things that keep going to
Right.
slab.
I think this is a good point from Adam, that this also feels like a passion project for Steve. I mean, yeah, I certainly get that from his messaging around it. Like, it definitely seems like something that he likes a lot.
I mean, I'm sorry. I feel like most of this, right, is figures, right? There's 5 figures, and then this motorcycle vehicle thing that is obviously they're the same thing, just different colors. And then there's the board, right? There's like what you said, the
Yeah,
computer,
the
the
grid.
the the computer grid that lights up.
Hmm.
Um, like what would have stopped this from being a Pulse exclusive? Is it that they couldn't add, they have to guarantee X amount, or they're afraid to be stuck with, if it's this passion project and it might not carry the appeal. I don't see how. I just don't see how 10,000's gonna.
I don't think it's gonna. I mean, I really do feel like they just don't have confidence in this, like, doing well. Like, if it was put in mainline, like even as a Pulse exclusive, because then they would have to commit to making it before people can pre-order it. So it being a HasLab, it's like, well, if it doesn't fund, it doesn't fund. They don't make it. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
interesting. We'll see what happens. We'll keep an eye on it as the weeks go on, and we'll see what happens, whether it funds or doesn't fund. But
I'm with Bob.
can't argue there.
Yeah. And I think people are changing their habits a bit, like um that this Jedi Spirits pack went up today, right? For
Mhm.
folks. Wasn't it available was it available at San Diego?
No,
Okay. It went from the $49.99 original price, to $57.99.
I didn't even notice
Oh,
that.
yeah. So it went up $8, and I would have loved to buy. I would have loved to buy three,
Yeah, same.
and I was like, I'm just buying two.
I had to
Too
buy two.
bad,
That was the
John.
limit.
Right, right. You might be able to put two orders in, but anyways, I'm definitely going to be changing some of my habits for sure.
After I get into new acquisitions, after the last month that I've had, like, yeah, I mean, it's been pretty unbearable. Just the amount of stuff across the board that's been coming in. It's absolutely unbearable. So yeah, same, 100%. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on the Tron HasLab. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I guess let's get into, before we get into new acquisitions, we wanted to touch on Last Figure Standing, which is currently underway. This is the third year of Last Figure Standing. Year one, the Tonica Sisters won. Year two, our Leo Schus won. Who will be the victor of year three? Right? Will it be another original trilogy, Cantina-esque sort of character? Will it be something from the prequels? Will it be something from Disney Star Wars? I don't know. That remains to be seen. But John, you're the expert on this, obviously, because this
Oh
is.
man.
How many submissions were received for Last Figure Standing this year?
Yeah, so don't quote me on the exact number, because sometimes we have to throw out one or two submissions, and I haven't, conferred with Chris on the exact number, but we got 1,232 submissions. Mm. So, times that by 10 figures that you list, that's over, right? That's over 12,300 figures that people requested. Mm. So we do have rules, right? We do have, like, you can't, what's the word we use? You can't list the same character all 10 times or multiple times. We will search your entire 10 listed figures to make sure none of them are repeating. We do look at this from the sculpt, not just the character. So,
Yeah,
for example, we decided to omit the Chosen One this year, right? So this guy here, we got the Ahsoka, Darth Vader, Anakin figure.
yeah,
So we are throwing out any submissions for Anakin Skywalker, Revenge of the Sith, right? Um, all votes for Kira, regardless of outfit, will be standardized to Kira solo. I hope that's okay with you. But we saw last year, and you could see that in the dashboard I had built out, that we had a standard character name, and you can look up Kira or Princess Leia or Luke Skywalker, and it would actually show you all of the ones that came through in their specific scenes or outfits. But Kira split her votes, right? She would have had
yeah,
60 something votes last year, but her two outfits split them into 30 something each, right? Same thing for Luthen Rael, however you want to say it, and Clone Commandos as well. So those will all be standardized under Republic Clone Commander.
Hmm.
Or I'm sorry, Clone Commandos, excuse me. So that's some of our general rules for the submission process, and what happens with how folks submit them, and how we, standardize them and cleanse them. We are going to present a top 12. Again, just like last year. So we'll show the 12 most submitted requested figures. The reason we do that, because we found that usually there's about 11 to 12. Well, there's usually 12 of them that are very close
hmm.
the last 3 years. So we thought it would be a disservice if we omitted those two that were 1 or 2 votes off the top 10. And then we go through rounds of elimination where you are voting for your for example, in the first round, we're going to present those 12 figures and have you choose 6, and the top 6 voted for will move on, right? It's kind of like your American Idol, if you will, or any of those shows that pass through the top getters. Round 2, you will pick up to 3 figures from the 6, and 4 of them will move on. The top 4 will move on. Round 3, you will be allowed to pick 2 figures from the top 4, and we will eliminate the bottom 2. And then obviously, then we have the finals where you'll pick 1 of the 2, and then we'll present you the last figure stand.
Nice. Thank you for explaining that in such detail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I think you have to have those processes, right, just to kind of streamline things when it comes to some of those characters. But yeah, no, thank you guys for putting the time and effort into this. I know it's a very serious undertaking each year. I have your list.
I joked around that we were only going 5 years, so we got a couple years left, and then we're retiring. We're going to contract it out to somebody else.
Not it.
But I will say too, Chris has cleansed over 86% of it. He's probably even further now. That means he's gone through over 10,600 character submissions. Wow. He's a machine doing a lot of pretty cool, sophisticated stuff to use. Querying tools to go through and move through things. But as if he were here, he would say usually the last couple thousand entries get really obscure, and there's probably a lot of either typos or whatnot, and he has to really do a manual job to really pull out and figure out, the characters, and if they should be grouped in with, again, a standard character or whatnot, and it's tough.
Right.
Like one year we got Asajj with hair.
Right.
And he has to be like, okay, where do I put that? Anyways, so there's that pretty long process he has to like vet things out and really sign them.
Yeah. And Batman Skull, we can't forget that one.
Batman Skull, Blaze Malbus. I think we had Ash J one year. Excuse my language. We don't have to worry about that anymore. But then again, she does have other scenes, other outfits, so
yeah,
she will be showing up, right? So
definitely. Well, this is your list for this year. These are your 10 most wanted. Do you want to briefly go over what your thinking was behind these particular characters?
I'll be pretty quick, and I'll admit there was a lot of characters I wanted. I went through a lot of different revisions of my list. I wish I could put all Andor figures or all Rogue One figures. There was some more Rogue One figures I really wanted on here. There was more prequel figures I really wanted on here. But I kind of went with a theme where I did the top was, figures that we have had before that I want to see a definitive version of. I would absolutely love a Death Star 2 Luke. I sent you the wrong subtitle one. That's okay. I do want a Death Star 2 Luke. So I want the Luke with the flap, or you can change it to no flap. We got the Darth Vader from, obviously those scenes where, Sebastian Shaw's head is showing, you can take the helmet off. So I'd love to see that Luke. There's some tooling out there I think we could leverage as well. Obi-Wan Kenobi, come on. That one's, I think, a no-brainer at this point. Very outdated figure. We now have, again, a definitive chosen one. So I'd love to see him. Jedi Arrest Palpatine, would love to see that. Saw the Black Series one, pretty epic with the swappable head. I really want to see that, and it's crazy that we don't have that on a TVC card back yet.
Right.
3PO, right? We've been all clamoring for a better scaled, better engineered 3PO. I'd love for them to use that carbonized paint deco and have them all shiny new. Um, Boba Fett, The Empire Strikes Back. I mean, I think VC 186 is my favorite figure in the line. It's certainly up there as one of my favorites, and I think they need to do the Empire version justice. And then we go to all of my never done before in super articulated form. I'll just point out Baze Malbus. I would love to see him as the next, Rogue One character. I absolutely think he needs to come next year with Bodhi Rook. It is the anniversary. Let's go. I'd love to see Saw Gerrera, Two Tubes.
Mhm.
So many characters. And I'm missing a ton. Mon Mothma, so many figures. And then I have a bunch of my background characters from my favorite movie, Return of the Jedi. So I'd love to see a debut Ewok, right? At one point, they were going to do Breath Up, and we didn't. We didn't end up getting him. I would love a new head sculpt for our Ewoks as well. So let's see the Dalmatian Ewok here banging on his drums. And and then I have my Jabba Goons. These guys have all done very well in March Madness and Last Figure Standing. So I have Fozek, obviously, right? Fozek's all over the palace. He's in the barge. He's bringing around escorting around our main characters. Love to see him. Yatsuren is on the second skiff. I'd love to see them start producing some of the second skiff figures. And then Chasa Teal, I think, is just one of those really cool aliens. We haven't had an initiative in a really long time. Initiatives are all over the Mandalorian, right? And the Book of Boba Fett. And I think even some other stuff here, but it'd be great to see Shasa. She also made it to March Madness and lost to the Jedi arrest Palpatine by only a few votes in the first round. So, anyways,
Mhm.
this is my list. It's mostly PT and OT. That's my era. And yeah, there it is.
Nice. There it is. Yeah, it's a solid list. And I do see some overlap between my list and yours. Um,
Awesome.
and yeah, and I mean, especially this top row, like, I mean, those are just like no brainers, right? Like, I mean, now that we have that Anakin, like, it's like we need to have that Obi-Wan, obviously. And like some of the others, it's like, come on, where are you guys at? Where are you guys? Where are you, 3PO? Where are you, Boba? Why is it taking this long to get? Because I think the
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi Boba came out in 2020, right? Like 5 years ago.
It was a while back. Yeah, it might have been during COVID, but
Yeah, it was during it was it's been so long that if they brought it back out now, like it's almost like slightly outdated at this point.
yeah, I think it was 21, but you're right. Yeah, I mean, they would, right, obviously add the barbell hips and a articulating sensor, or a
Mhm.
rangefinder, and they can do a lot with it. Chris has all these wonderful ideas about doing the pre-pro to Fett and having him match his Kenner. Like that was the one that Kenner was going for when they did the deco on their Boba and put him on that
Right.
20 back card and then put this one on, a new alt film out. A lot of great ideas. I'd love to see it. I think it would be a massive success. And Dasa Teal can use the lower body of the No Trooper Commander. Same legs, same moon boots, just different deco.
Wow. That is a very good observation. Well, let's take a quick look at my list. So for me,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
so this is my list here. It also took me a very long time to do this. I kept moving them around. I had a couple on here that came off, and then I changed them.
Mhm.
But I mean, every time I've done this list, it's been like that moment in time, like what feels like the most necessary at this point in time, and what do I personally want to see at this point in time. I try to balance it out because I know that some of the things that I would personally love to see aren't necessarily the most important. Um, but I
Yeah,
feel like generally speaking, I feel like I tend to jive pretty closely with what's being asked for and what's genuinely missing. So top row here, 3PO. I mean, that's the most glaring omission for me for like this last like past year that we've been getting the OT mains for New Hope. Like
yeah,
to me, it's just it's kind of odd that we've gone this long without a new 3PO and that we're getting, even if it's retooled, right? Chewbacca, Han Solo, Ben Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Darth Vader, Stormtrooper being repacked, but still no 3PO. Like to me, that's just a little kind of hard to believe. Um,
yeah,
so I think right at this moment in time, like that's the most pressing like figure, and I would say that's probably been my thoughts for like the last few months. Um, Second one, Kira. That may be a little bit more of a me thing, but it is one that Solo was a Star Wars film, right? There's not that many that are actual films. There's a lot of shows and series, but Solo was an actual film, and we got Lando, we got Han, but not the third of the big three in that movie. So yeah, we need Kira, and 100% it has to be the Kessel version, right? Like
yeah.
it couldn't be any other version.
Right.
Um,
I did love that movie. I enjoyed it, and I thought she was standing in it. So
yeah, for sure.
totally agree.
Then Baze Malbus. I mean, like you're saying, Rogue One turns 10 next year, and we've been sitting on the Jin Urso and Cassian Andor figures for almost that long.
Mhm.
Chirrut came out, I think, like in 2020,
Yeah,
uh, around there, so like half a decade ago. K2SO came out around the same time, I believe, maybe the wave before that, if not the same wave.
it might have been the same. Yeah,
Yeah, and then the other two from like the core crew, like you said, yes, we need Saw Gerrera, we need two tubes, but like from that core like crew that goes to Scarif and escapes from Jeddah together, like we're missing Baze Malbus and Bodhi Rook. Like that's the
meant to
core
say
crew.
Bodhi too.
Like
Yeah. Yep.
it I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It frustrates me that we're waiting this long to get those two because that doesn't sound good. The I think it's a smoke alarm.
Is that have droids entered your house?
Sounds like it. Adam, get on that, Adam. The droid detector. It's not functioning, or it is functioning. Yeah, it's just a smoke alarm. I think Justin's doing something.
Uh-oh, he burnt
Um,
the popcorn. He burnt the popcorn.
yeah, I told him I wanted some cookies, but yeah, yeah. Anyway, sorry about that. Yeah, so I am a little bit frustrated. I'm not gonna lie. I am frustrated it's taken this long to finish that Rogue One crew. Like once we do get Bodhi Rook and Baze Malbus, I mean, how dated are the other ones gonna look? So it's just like,
Yeah.
and we still haven't gotten Jin with the photo reel. Like we got Kazian repacked like last year with photo reel, but Jin no. So we need those. Like those are like dire like needs right now.
And they have the digital sculpting, right, from the Black Series, so
Black
it's
Series,
not
yeah.
like it's a huge overhaul. I know there's still work to be done, but it's there. Right on.
Sorry, 1 second, John.
Yep. No worries. Um, uh, I'm I am seeing some patterns here. I do see obviously Death Star 2 Luke. Looking forward to see what she says about him. And so that's who we have in common. We have C3PO, Baze Malbus, and Luke. Akmina, Akmina was on Chris Swansky's list as well, and I'd love to hear from some of the people in the chat if they would like to see the night crew of the Cantina make it to their Cantina. Um, Thank you, Dodgson. Keep checking on those water pumps, man. Um, Darth Maul. I know a lot of people are itching for a definitive Darth Maul as well. So yeah, and I'm only seeing, okay, there's what, three Cantina patrons here. So I would definitely take an Akmina. So and I think those are always interesting ones for some kind of figure dream pack. There she is. I think she's back. Save me.
Yes. Sorry about that. It turned out to be a very big smoke plume.
Oh no.
Yeah, but it's taking. I think it's getting taken care of. Just our alarm company called and they're like, "Hey, home security, like, hey, what's going on? Like, your fire alarm's going off." And like, yeah, it was a something got overcooked in the oven.
Like, sorry, I was talking about Blaze Malbus over here.
Blaze Malbus. There you go. I mean, like I always say, when you're live, like anything can happen.
You never know.
You
Yeah.
never know.
Yeah.
So yes, Keller and Beck, that's more of a personal one, but also something that I think would be a really cool action figure.
Yeah, and especially with the gunship now, and supposedly
yes,
like, weren't they teasing like vehicles that were going to go into this gunship, possibly a Bark Speeder, and
right,
he drove one of those with Grogu. That would be fantastic to set up with the
right.
gunship.
And I mean, it's Ahmed Best, and he was freaking cool in that scene, like the way he wielded the
Badass.
two sabers, like no offense to the swath of the community that wants Ponkrell, but I don't really care
Yeah.
about Ponkrell.
Hear,
I
hear.
I want this guy right here. I 10 to 1. I would prefer Keller and Beck to Ponkrell.
Hear, hear.
Bottom half. I was looking around at my Cantina when I was setting it up, and I'm like, who is the most glaring omission now that we have the Tonicas? Who is the most glaring omission at this point in time? And for me, it was having a Lors Matic in there chatting to himself because he doesn't have Bannis Keeg to converse with. To me, that like right now, that's the most glaring thing. I want Arleo Shus more than Bannis Keeg, but I think
The
outside of
message was heard.
Arleo, yeah, Bannis Keeg is necessary. And I do want to make that clear. Arleo would have been my number one, but because he won this contest last year, I think that the point has been proven that people want Arleo Shus, and I don't think he needed to be on my list again.
And I ask, do you think Bannis is one of the 4 figures that was teased? That, that doesn't change anything for your wants. I'm just asking you.
I mean, it's hard to imagine. I mean, it's possible, but I'm a little conflicted because I'm thinking of a Power of the Jedi era Elor's Matic standing next to a TVC 2.0 Bannis Keeg. Like, I'm sure there's going to be a very visual discrepancy there. I mean, I hope Bannis Keeg is one of them, yes, but then we're going to need an Elor's Matic to be redeemed too. So it's one of those things. This toy line has gone on for so long that there's so many that there's characters that have never been done for the Cantina that we genuinely still need, but they also need to invest in going back and redoing some of those key characters that have been done before. And that's why one of these actually appears on my list here. We'll get to him in a minute. Darth Maul's next. Darth Maul is a major character. We have the Darth Maul animated series coming next year, I think. And he has not been given his proper due in TVC. We got the amazing Clone Wars Season 7 version, which has a perfect head sculpt. Use that head sculpt, put it on a Phantom Menace focused Darth Maul, and it would be one of the greatest figures of all time. Like, I have no doubt about that. Acmina, again, kind of a personal one, but now that I have the Cantina, it is my headcanon that Wooher worked the day shift and Acmina worked the night shift. So I really, really, really want Acmina. That's a personal one, but I feel like now that we've gotten the Tonicas, right? Like, I don't know, maybe it's being selfish, but I feel like I can be a little bit, have some of my like personal wants on this list now.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think Greg mentioned Chalman would be a cool one too. I think so too. Maybe Chalman worked the weekends. Like, I don't know. He was the owner of the canteen. Maybe he worked weekends.
He was the backup for call outs.
Yeah. Luke Skywalker. I'm with you on this one. Not a lot of people have Luke Death Star 2 on their lists, and I think that is, as much as I want a new Bespin Luke and know that we need a new Bespin Luke, Death Star 2 Luke, other than the Tatooine Luke we recently got, Farm Boy Luke, Death Star 2 Luke is like peak Luke Skywalker for me.
Yeah, severely outdated too.
Yeah, and even the one that they did in 2020, I think it was, or 21, was it was like retooled, right, from an older figure.
Yeah,
So,
it doesn't even have the rocker ankles and
right.
the all the really good articulation that it should have.
Yeah.
And then obviously the taking off the tabards and all of that stuff.
Right. So here's where I was conflicted. I almost had Obi-Wan Revenge of the Sith in this spot instead. I had him. In fact, I had him on this spot instead until the last minute. The reason I switched it is because we recently, like you mentioned, got the Revenge of the Sith Anakin, which it is the dark side version. I'm sure they're going to use that and give us a normal version, sooner rather than later. Because that already exists, like physically exists in our collections, I think an Obi-Wan might be a little farther away in terms of having pairs. And what I mean with this, maybe that didn't make any sense. What I mean by this is we have that Anakin, but we don't have the regular Revenge of the Sith, not non-Sithized version yet.
Right.
Because we don't have it yet, I think an Obi-Wan might be a little further off. But we recently, I think last year, right, or within the last couple of years, got their Return of the Jedi Darth Vader with the removable helmet. Right. We have that already. All he needs for his companion piece is a Death Star 2 Luke. So that's why I swapped them, because I felt like, to me, this makes more sense. We already have the Vader. Now we need the Luke.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Danik Jericho, this is just me going back and looking over the last 30 years of Cantina aliens in my 2025 HasLab Cantina, and trying to identify what is the most obvious one that needs to be redone. I mean, I know there's several, Labria, Garandan.
Oh, yeah.
But Danik Jericho is one of the most prominent characters in that scene.
You're right.
And the figure that we have has to stand at the very front of the bar, because that's where he is in the movie. And when you look at the Cantina, he's one of the first ones that you see. He's also one of the worst Cantina figures that they've done. Yeah. So in terms of priorities, Danik Jericho 100% is the most important in need of being redone at this point in time.
Love it.
So yes, that's my rationale.
What makes him the worst? Is it because he's got the holes in his cheeks
he's got the proboscises. If you take him out, he's got the holes. Also, the outfit makes no sense. He didn't wear that outfit. If you look at behind the scenes pics, he basically has an Imperial officer's uniform for all intents and purposes. There's a little bit of differences in the pants, but it's basically what it is. If they took their Imperial officer, which I've said it before, I'm not the biggest fan of the Imperial officer that they made. If they took took that figure though, and retooled it into Danik Jericho, it would be far superior to the one that we already have. But yeah, those are That is that's my
Love it.
list. And yeah, these are like these are the ones I'd love to see right now at this point in time.
Yeah, no, it's a great variety you have uh Disney series media, movies, PT, OT. You have a and then what was that Mina in the holiday special? So you have a pretty wide variety and mix of mm, media. It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, and that said, I am very content with where I'm at in my collecting career, if you will. Now that we have the
Mm.
Cantina, like that has been my dream item since I started collecting these things in 96. So I'm very content with where we're at. Anything extra is just like a garnish. Like it's just extra. It's gravy. I
Yeah,
want
I remember
more.
you
There's
saying
more that
that.
we absolutely need. We need to fill in, complete the cruise, right? Get some of the mains updated. But for all intents and purposes, I'm very happy with my collection.
I would say I would prefer less budget to some of the other world building items and focus on the main world building item, which is the figures. But
Yeah,
I understand what you're saying.
yeah. And I see some agreement here with me on in the chat. So thank you guys. Um, cool. Well, last segment. It's been a long show. I know it's late for you, John, so I want to keep you like terribly much longer. But real quick, let's go through new acquisitions. My friends in the chat, let us know what you've acquired in recent weeks. John, is there anything you want to show or mention that you've gotten recently?
Yeah, I do got to share this guy here.
He is so good.
This is one of my favorite movies growing up. How is it not many people's one of their favorites? So I got Gizmo. It's technically from the New Batch. The New Batch movie was the big one when I was a kid because I think the first one came out when I was like 3 or 4. But anyways, it's a pretty cool figure. It's not perfect. Um, but I think for the price and quality, it's for a mass-produced item. He's pretty awesome. His hands move, feet move. He's got his little belly. He's got his little belly. Yeah.
Super
He's
cute.
having eating a lot of snacks before midnight. You know. Um. So yeah, he's pretty cuddly and squishy, and my
Love
daughter
it.
was loving him too. I got my Cantina a couple weeks ago at the end of September. I do want to just state that I started to finally set that up. I need a bigger table, like most people I think realize. And I just gotta say, I know I was showing this guy, but like these figures are amazing. Who would have thought we'd get an all new Wooher,
Yeah.
right? Um, even the Greedo. Um, I mean, I just also got, and the Tonicas are down there. Sorry. Um, and I finally got these guys. Pretty
Nice.
amazing. Han is a lot better than I expected. Um, I think he's pretty solid. I would say that like I wouldn't mind another go at him, but he is still
Yeah.
pretty amazing. And the Chewbacca's amazing too. His legs are a little skinny, um, but he's pretty amazing. I do wish they updated his arms and his hands, his wrists. Yeah, and like other people, I got these in the mail, and I love the Gamorreans. I just did a post on Instagram um, and Facebook just comparing the 4 versions we've received them in. They're not much
Yeah.
different. The Black Series one in the Rancor pit had a more peachy face than the rest, but um, anyways, I think there was 11 Gamorreans between the palace and the barge.
Oh
So
wow.
we need them to fill in those scenes. Anything else? I mean, I've got some of the other stuff I think everyone else has gotten, like the 3-pack troopers, the Imperial troopers, and the Kenner pack and all that.
Nice. Thank
Yeah.
you for sharing that with us. Those are great acquisitions. For me, I also got Gizmo. I don't have him in the room. I do have him. He's in his box. I haven't opened him up yet or anything. So there wouldn't be much to show anyway. But having seen what you just showed, like, it makes me even more excited for him. Yeah, he's so cute. I don't know where I'm going to put him. You know, I remember my mom got me, and I still have it to this day. I have it here somewhere. It must have been like a vintage Gizmo. It's like maybe like that tall, like maybe like 7, 8 inches tall, and it's like a plastic figurine. It has like a posable head. Yeah, I know I have that somewhere here, but
I need Alf. Like I need an Alf version of this, and I want to put like Grogu, Alf, and Gizmo together. I think that would be awesome.
yeah, that would be cool. That would be really cool. I got like you, I received the latest wave of TVC. I had gotten the Shock Trooper, like a case of those previously, and I had gotten the Han and the Chewie, but now I actually got the full case, which of course is the Shock Trooper.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for those.
Yeah, like mine took a while, but finally it came. That's Shock Trooper. That's Han Solo. That is Chewbacca, of course.
Are those from Entertainment Earth? Because
Yes.
everyone's like shipped but mine. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah, Entertainment Earth. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes things take a really long time for me.
Yeah.
Ben Kenobi, which is a fantastic figure, probably my favorite in the wave.
Yes.
And then the Stormtrooper on the alternate card as well.
Yeah.
I love that card. I even prefer it to the vintage card, to be honest. I know that might be sacrilege, but I do.
No, it's a great film out.
I got a couple of these Sand Trooper sets.
Ooh,
Or it's not Sand
I don't
Trooper, Snow Trooper.
I haven't ordered that yet.
Yeah, I think I had forgotten that I had ordered it because the second one came in. I'm like, oh, I had ordered it already.
I did buy a couple cases of the individual card. But yeah, I'm worried because my assortment on Entertainment Earth, it says pre-sold out, but my order is still out there and it says pre-ordered. I don't know. Am I going to fall into that, like the victim of like it's just never going to happen and
I
I'm
think you'll get
screwed?
it. I think you'll get
Okay.
it. I'd probably just give them a call. And they're closing on Fridays now for whatever reason, but their customer service, but you can call them on Monday. And
okay.
I'm sure you'll get it. It's just, I guess they get things in batches.
Yeah.
I got 5 of these because I'm nuts.
Wow. I got 3. I thought that was a lot. Good for you.
That was the limit. But then when they went in stock a couple of weeks ago, I ordered more. So now I have 5 of these sets.
Ooh.
I haven't opened any of them yet, though. So I am anxious to do that. I know there's some good, some bad, but at the end of the day, it's Troopers.
Yeah.
I did get.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say I did put the new biker out on the bike and the helmet, and I mean it is pretty amazing on the bike.
Oh yeah, it looks great. Here, let's zoom in on that real quick. So that's the 3-pack Scout Trooper on the speeder bike.
On the new speeder bike, yeah, and you can see like the helmet, like he really does. Like,
oh wow,
it's great that great, much bigger because the other one was so tiny.
Yeah. So is the helmet bigger than the one that came with the speeder bike?
Oh yeah. Forget where I put him, but I might have him. Oh, you know what? I think you're right. I had one of the older versions on there, but I think these ones did have. You know what? I think you're correct, but he has the barbell hips now.
Yeah, that is a
Oh,
huge.
you're right. He did have the same. Okay, did have the same hip. My fault. Um, he just doesn't have the barbell hips to really sit on the bike.
Yeah. Oh, it looks really good.
Anyways,
Looks really good. I might have to do the same thing and swap them. Um, what else? Okay. I haven't collected these in years, but this is 100% an impulse thing. I saw it at Target yesterday. Okay, I've sworn off of these for so long. The NECA TMNT figures, but I saw I saw PandaCon on the shelf, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I didn't even know they made that one. I opened it up and I looked at him, and I'm like, man, he's cool. He's super cool. I'm
awesome.
like, I kind of need that. You know, I had the Playmates one, the old vintage one. I had that back in the day. And I had a lot of fun with it. And like just seeing this, like I was like, yeah, like they have these deals at Target going on right now. Like you spend like a certain, well, we talked about it earlier. You get big discounts on certain, depending on how much you spend. I'm like, I saw that and I'm like, I need that. So that was an impulse buy. I also have got a little bit of Jurassic here. These are the Frenzy packs, which is like the lowest level of entry level dinos that they have, like at the 8. I think they're like $9 now. This is Biipiosaurus. I have no idea how to say that. Biipiosaurus? No clue. The wave also has Seoptera, I think. Is the way to say that, maybe? Seoptera, I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
It has Mincaria.
Wow.
These are like I didn't even know that most of these existed. These are just like really obscure. But after you've done Triceratops and Velociraptor a million times, it's like, I mean, well, you kind of got to go into obscure. And then this one I can say, this is Archaeornithomimus, which was name dropped in Jurassic World back in 2015, but never seen on screen. In addition to those, like I'm saying, this was a ridiculously expensive, like last few weeks. The Cantina Adventure set, I reviewed that on the channel recently. I had pre-ordered the limit of 3, but again, like the Trooper 3-pack, when it went in stock for actual in stock purchasing, I bought 2 more because I'm a Cantina freak. So I got 2 more of those. I also got La Brea from the sideshow. Scum and Villainy. Haven't opened him yet. I got
amazing. That one looked like the coolest one.
I think so too. I got Dr. Evazon as well.
Dizzy.
I know we made fun of him a lot. I haven't opened him yet, so I don't know.
Man, I can't wait to hear how tan he got.
Yep. And then I also got Garandan.
Wow.
I'm telling you, it's ridiculous. Like,
man,
everything was processed. I'm not even done, John.
Recent acquisition.
Hot Toys Darth Sidious.
Oh, that's the episode
From the end
3
of
one.
the movie, yeah, end of Revenge of the Sith.
Man, you're gonna need a week off. That's great.
I'm gonna need 2 months off. I hope that's it for a while. I hope that things that are processed, I hope that's it for the rest of the year, honestly. Like, I need to recover. But yeah, I think that's it. I'm looking at, oh no, there's one more. This is a weird one. I'm gonna be the first to tell you. You guys aren't gonna see this coming. But as you guys know, I talked about it on my last show with our guest Mark that we had on. But you know, having been to Vegas, been to the Sphere, to the Backstreet Boys concert. Okay, I'm just gonna show it because it's really out of left field, but it kind of just spoke to me after having seen that show because I pre-ordered it right away. So this is the Yeah, these are the Fisher Price like little people, but the Backstreet Boys version. So
That's hilarious.
it's kind of silly, but like I said, I was riding that high of just coming out of the concert, and it went up for pre-order like within the following week, and I was like, yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna go ahead and pre-order that. And I think I'm done now. I'm pretty sure. I hope I'm done now. I might be forgetting
I
something.
want it that way. Sorry.
You're gonna get me copyright striked.
Oh no.
I'm just kidding.
Tell me why. Sorry. Um, hey, you guys owned it. You went, you dressed up for the occasion. I was very impressed.
Yep, we went all out. We went all
Yeah.
out. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna make a call because you were talking about the Cantina 4-pack, and the you were showing us Wooher and Nabrin leads. I'm gonna make a call right now. The 4-pack that's coming in the Cantina, there's a version. It's not Nabrin leads. It's the same exact alien, same exact costume, but the costume is like
Oh,
pearlescent. I'm making the call right now that
yes.
one of the figures is that version of Nabrin leads.
Oh man, I love it. I love it. That would be amazing.
Yeah, it would be, because I don't want to put the Power of the Force 2 one like in there for forever.
Oh, so bad. Yeah.
It's one of the better ones, I would say. Like it hasn't aged as poorly as like Labria or who were we talking about, Danik Jericho, but yeah, it'd be glorious to have the new one like instead. Anyway, let's go ahead and see what is. Let me run through the chat real quick. Dodgen says to keep water away from your gizmo, John.
It's dangerous when I'm live streaming. I
We've,
might
no,
spill
we've
it
noticed this.
on the laptop, but not Gizmo. Yeah.
Yes, definitely not on Gizmo. Hello, Alex. Alex got the G.I. Joe Classified Series figures, has Repulse exclusive Cobra Snake Battlesuit Target exclusive Mass Device Divers 2-pack, Slice and Dice Cobra Ninjas, Cobra Commander Combat Armor. I have no idea what any of that is, but congrats, friend. Congrats.
Oh, Joe.
Yeah, the only G.I. Joe thing I know and have is the Sky Striker, but that's it. Just because I like fighter jets, but that's it. Like, what else? Peak Obi-Wan, new acquisitions. Imperial 3-pack Power First from Kenobi TVC. Wave 1 of Jada Scooby-Doo. Those do look really cool. I'm tempted, but I'm not going to do it. Cantina Adventure Set, still unopened, and Balin and Shin Funko Pops. Han Solo TVC. Nice. Nicholas says nothing. Impatiently waiting for Han and Chewie to arrive.
Yeah, the Hasbro Pulse ones are shipping.
Yeah.
I did buy them from Amazon for $20 each because I was so impatient.
I didn't realize the price had gone up on Amazon for those.
They like to mess things up. Yeah.
Yeah. I have a case of that Han Solo figure I don't know what to do with. At first I thought I needed the case, but then, I didn't like the figure as much as I was hoping to. So I'm like, I haven't even opened it. I don't know what to do with that case. Like, do I send it back? Do I don't know.
I have a case of the Obi-Wan through Entertainment Earth still pending. And I thought about canceling it, but I did one of those like coupon, whatever,
Oh,
the
yeah.
25. I used one of those, and I'm like, well, if I do that, they're just going to charge me like another $20.
Right. That's true. We don't want that. Daniel says Lieutenant Callahan.
Nice.
Darchi says Gamorrean 4-pack. There's a Gamorrean 4-pack?
Ooh, he bought a little
Maybe
four of them.
Yeah, I went to Target. I know. Yeah, there you go. That one right there. Yesterday, and the app said they had it, but they didn't have any in store. But I did buy 2 Bomb Vimden.
All of my stores still say 8 in stock, except one of them has 7 in stock. Like,
Oh well.
Are they just not putting them out and people are having to ask for them?
It could be. The app today, the app said, like, I checked it again to see what it said, and it didn't show any in that store anymore. And also the other stores that it purportedly had them did not have them anymore. So I don't know what's going on with that. But I mean, I have quite a few of them. I wouldn't mind maybe one more just to have it. But
I will hoard them forever. I will
is the
just keep
card
buying
different
them.
at all on that one?
I mean, it's a thicker card. Do you mean from the 1.0 or
Yes.
like the hold on. Over here. I have one of my damaged cards here.
Oh, the warning logos is repositioned.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is it? No, it's in the same spot.
Yeah, it's pretty similar. The film out, it looks a lot cleaner. Like if you want to zoom in on,
Oh yeah.
then
Here, let me zoom in.
I'm trying to see how I can show them.
Yeah, I see what you mean. There's like more contrast.
Yeah, it looks like a cleaner image. Yeah.
Okay, well, shoot. Now
But
I
you
might.
know, the back sucks. It's just the figure
Oh yeah,
again with
back's
the card.
different,
I hate that. That's lazy.
and the color of the font's different too. It's black and one's white.
Oh, yep.
Is the name pill on the front the same, like the color of the font?
This one's a little bigger.
Oh,
The
they're
new
both
one's a
black.
little, yeah, it's just a little bigger on the new card.
Okay. Interesting. Well, shoot. Now I might actually need to keep hunting. Thank you for showing that, John.
You're welcome.
Adam says, I got the TVC Han Solo, Black Series, Jedi Temple Guards, Legacy Collection, Millennium Falcon, new in box. Wow.
You want to say hi? Come say hi real quick. Come say hi. Hold on.
Sideshow
I'm sorry.
Garen. Yeah. Hi there.
This is my oldest. This is Daphne. She's my mini
Hi,
me.
Daphne.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, good haul there, Adam.
She's not up late. She's not up late, midnight on a school night, printing stuff out.
That was me last night. Yeah, Legacy Millennium Falcon. That's cool. New in box. Congrats on that, Adam. And Sideshow Garandon, Evazon, and Labria. So Adam also got the same 3 that I got.
One of those Jedi Temple Guards. Ooh.
They're cool. Yeah, they look really cool. Britt says, big haul today. Black Series Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Sandtrooper, X-Men 97 Logan, Cable, Jubilee, and Morph. And Black Series, the Stranger helmet. Very nice. Daniel says, also bought the new Epic World of Action Fantastic car from Fantastic Four to customize into a Coruscant airspeeder. That's a cool idea. The Rebellion says, if Vintage Collection goes up to $20, I am done. Well, it's already gone up to $20, so I guess you are done, sir. Or ma'am.
Time to rebel.
Dodgen says, only new acquisition is last Saturday at the swap meet. I thought I was going to leave empty-handed, but I managed to find Jurassic Park Series 1 Tim Murphy figure only for $1. Nice. Mechanized says, no new acquisition. Still waiting for his Cantina to arrive down under.
Oh, okay.
I hope you get it soon.
Yeah.
I have a confession to make.
What'd you do?
I bought more HasLab Cantina figures on eBay.
Oh man. I mentioned I do have a few I'm waiting for.
Well, I bought like the whole the like all the figures.
All of them.
Like,
All of them. Nice.
Because I was impatient, and also I don't know how well you can see it, but I have my Cantina, and then on the right I have the Streets of Mos Eisley.
Awesome.
And I wanted to put I wanted to put the Tonikas in there, and I wanted to put Greedo in there, and I wanted to put Nabrin Leeds in there as well, so I could see them. Because in the cantina, they're at the bar, right? They're hanging out. But like I have them trying kind of like in the same way they're in the movie, like same pose similarly. So you can't see them too well, but I wanted to see them like full on. So I put them in the streets of Mos Eisley, and like Tonika's sisters are like hugging each other, and the
Oh,
Greedo's in there just kind of walking by, and I need to put Nabrin Leeds in there still. It
oh,
even came with Wooher, of course, but I don't know what to do with Wooher. I don't need an extra Wooher, and strolling around, so I'll just keep him as backup, I guess.
I love
But
I love some of the photography too, where they had like Wooher shooting somebody from the bar.
yeah, I mean, and
There's
if you were
options.
Wooher, I mean, you would want to keep a blaster behind the bar, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Sorry, I cut you off.
I kind of want more of those figures, if I'm honest. And I know I don't need more, but it's always the
I want more. And I know I shouldn't.
I got that one in mind too. That's awesome.
can't help it, can't help it.
So true.
Let's see what else did I miss. July through
Wooher.
November. Ton of TVC stuff, mostly what John got, and the Bantha.
I
Nice.
haven't opened the Bantha yet. It's so
I haven't
bad.
either. I opened the Land Speeder. I really like it, but I haven't opened.
And I haven't opened that too. I have it sitting here. The problem is
It's
the
nice.
box I have is mint, and I know I have another one I'm waiting to get.
Yeah, I got two, and they sent it for me from Pulse in the shipper case. There's 2 per case.
Yeah, me too. And the freaking shipper case was damaged. So bad.
You can have mine. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Let's see. Charlie says 1-6 got the Hot Toys Samurai Predator, Hot Toys Doctor Doom, 3-0 Ultraman. 2 weeks ago got the Hot Toys Darth Vader Mythos, and BD DX45 Battle Droid. Waiting on the DP Wolverine still. Nice.
Oh wow, the Vader Mythos. Isn't that the one with all the damage and stuff?
Yeah. Oh, my wait
Looks
list on that
amazing.
converted, so I may have pre-ordered it.
I got a question for you on the waitlist stuff. Aren't you supposed to click on your email and buy it? And if you don't in time, it goes away?
Yes.
I haven't been great with my email lately, and I missed what's his name? Kit Fisto. So mad. But I think I can buy him retail price from other retailers.
Yeah. I don't know. Big Bad Toy Store. Maybe he has them, possibly.
Yeah, I still want to get that one.
I used to order from Pop Culture in Australia.
Yes.
But now I can't because of the tariffs. They're not shipping
Yeah.
to the US. So they were always a
Ooh.
good like alternate for Hot Toys for me, but not anymore.
I've heard of that.
Dart G says Sand Trooper 4-pack. Chad says Snow Trooper 4-pack he got that too. Ed says, hey Ed, what is up? Ed is an OG, he goes back all the way to 2013. Got my Troopers 2, just one set, but I did get 2 of the single card guys. Shannon says, got the Snowtrooper 4-pack and Imperial Stormtrooper 3-pack arrived recently. Nice. Mary says she got the Hot Toys T1000 2.0 TVC, 3 Ben Kenobi and 2 Chewbacca's, Bib Fortuna, and Bomb Bimden. When I was at Target yesterday, they had 3 Bomb Bimden, 0 Gamorrean guards, and probably like 12 Bib Fortunas.
Whoa.
Nobody wants Bib.
Eesh.
It's a weird repack, honestly, but
it is. That's a weird choice. Very weird.
Sci-Fi Dude says, waiting on the Entertainment to send me Darth Revan. Yeah, I ordered one of those too, and like it's been like years now, right? It seems like.
Yep.
Let's see. Obi-Wan says he bought the G.I. Joe Classified yesterday. We all have our impulses.
Oh.
Just going through the making sure I'm not missing anybody. Obi-Wan says he thinks Mosep is in the 4-pack. I hope not.
Ugh,
I don't like that figure.
stop it. It's all new stuff.
It's hard to stand. He's really hard to stand.
He
No,
is. He's a rubbery mess.
I know. I feel like in a few years, that's one of those figures that's going to get all sticky. It just seems like it is.
Yep.
Emily said that there are no repacks in the Cantina 4-packs and most steps should not be there.
Right
But
on.
yeah, but I still think that Nabrin Leeds alternate version is going to be in it. Because I don't know if that's technically a repack. Maybe kind of sort of.
Right. Yeah. It's not something that could be repackable right now. Yep.
Yeah. I think. Oh, Chad also got Chad. Man, Chad, you got a lot of stuff. The Black Series Jedi Temple Guard.
Oh, of course you did. I know you're a big fan of those.
Adam says that's not a confession, Victoria. That's a proud announcement. Did you notice that during the stream that Hasbro showed my picture of the Scientonica sister?
I missed it. I'm gonna have to go back and
Yeah,
watch.
that was one of the, and when they showed like the collage of all the like fan image like pictures, they showed that one in there.
That's awesome.
I think that's it. I think that is all. It looks like those are all the acquisitions. John, it has been a long night. Thank you for hanging in there. And
Yes.
really appreciate you being on Cantina Social Hour once again. You are awesome. Thank you for all you do for the community and for all the stuff going on with Last Year Standing. Really appreciate you coming on the show as always.
Always a pleasure. Thank you for having me on. I had a blast, and as you know, I'm a night owl. It's all good.
Me
So,
too. Me too.
yeah. Thank you.
Well, where can our audience go to look you up online?
Yeah, thanks for having me again. Thanks for chatting with everyone. You can find me at the Far Side of Endor on Instagram, John Miko on Facebook with Star Wars: The Vintage Collection Facebook group, and I do blog every now and then on johnmiko.com.
Awesome. And we have links to all of these down in the description. So, my
Thank you.
friends, if you're not already for whatever odd reason, definitely hit up John. Also want to thank our Cantinians here in the chat, especially the regulars who we have with us every single week. And Adam, thank you for being our bouncer, for taking care of the unscrupulous
Thank you.
beings that are. It's not too bad in here, but I know that occasionally there's something. And thank you, Dodgson, as well, for tending the soda fountain. We appreciate you for getting pump number 2 back online. Appreciate that very much, in fact. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're catching us in the replay, thank you for watching the replay. And we'll be back next week, same time, Cantina Social Hour, Thursday night, with another guest. So I'll be looking forward to that. We'll catch up on whatever is in the news at that point. Of course, New York Comic Con is still underway through the weekend, so who knows? There may be another announcement or two to discuss. No matter where you're tuning in from out the galaxy, thank you so much for watching Cantina Social Hour. Be well, be safe, may the force be with you. Keep it positive, and we will see you guys. Nice. We will see you guys very, very soon. Bye, everybody. Peace out. Love y'all.
Thank you very much.